Hello and a very good evening. To begin with, our deepest condolences to one and all connected with Sitaram Yechuri, the National General Secretary of CPIM. He has passed away after the respiratory ailment. He was suffering for some time and then he was admitted at the hospital. This evening, he breathed his last. Our deepest condolences to the family, to his friends, to his followers, to one and all. Now, we are reporting live from Howrah, Shibpur, and right behind me is Nabanna, the state secretariat in the state of West Bengal. Why am I reporting from this very spot and why is Nabanna right behind me? Because protesting junior doctors for the first time have come down for a meeting with the state chief minister, Mamata Banerjee, along with senior officials. Yes, you heard it right. For the past 2 days and plus, there had been a dharna going on outside the health headquarters of the state, that is Shastro Bhavan in Sorle. And the demands had been pretty clear from the junior doctors. They wanted certain actions on the ground, including the suspension of the health secretary, including the suspension of the police commissioner or his resignation, and also other cognizable actions from the ground. That apart, they also wanted justice. We had seen similar demands being taken out during the protest march to Lal Bazaar. And he had also seen, after almost 20 or 22, 23 hours, the protesting doctors were allowed to meet with the police commissioner, where they had offered the spine, the model of the spine, and quote unquote, they symbolically tried suggesting that Kolkata police had lost the spine and that they had come down with the spine for Kolkata police. But that happened about a week back. A week down the line, has the chorus for justice died down? Absolutely not. It's been 35 days since the brutal rape and murder of the 31-year-old Arjikot TGT doctor, the medical student. And in past 35 days, the city has seen a lot, the state has seen a lot, the country has seen a lot. And one thing in common, all unequivocally had been demanding justice for the deceased. The matter is with CBI, and CBI has already given a statement before, not one but two, before the Supreme Court, and the matter would once again come up in the coming Tuesday. And Supreme Court has asked CBI to find another status report. But nonetheless, in the past 35 days, we have also witnessed a stalemate. A stalemate as far as junior doctors are concerned. Junior doctors from Arjikor Medical College and Hospital, junior doctors from SSK, junior doctors from Calcutta Medical College and Hospital and elsewhere had actually called for a protest, a strike. They had said they will not get back to work until and unless their demands are met. And their principal demand had been safety and security. Their principal demand had been, justice for the Archicor deceased doctor. Their demands also included action against Shundip Ghosh. Their demands also included the police commissioner's resignation. The demand now include the health secretary's resignation. Well, in the past 35 days, it's important to remind that the stalemate has continued to a point that the junior doctors haven't gone back to work even after the intervention of the Supreme Court. Mind it, Supreme Court on 20th of August, on the very first day, after having taken cognizance of this very case, had made a verbal appeal that we should get back to work. Doctors should get back to work. On 22nd of August, once again, without a formal direction, it was an appeal before the junior doctors that get back to work. And the appeal was also for doctors from all across the country. Well, junior doctors from other parts of the country had gone back to their respective duties and medical college and hospitals and to their respective services. As far as Bengal and Kolkata is concerned, the junior doctors said they will not, and they did not. In fact, just 2 days back, the Supreme Court, in fact, had heard the matter once again, and on the third hearing, the Supreme Court categorically passed an observation that junior doctors should get back to work, and the observation also suggested that because senior doctors are working doesn't mean the junior doctors won't work. The Supreme Court said, and the Supreme Court had set a deadline by Tuesday. By Tuesday, uh, 5 p.m. Titash, if you can confirm me the date. Tuesday, 5 p.m. The junior doctors should get back to their duties. The junior doctors should get back to their duties, and there should not be any coercive action taken against them by any authority. But if they do not get back to their duties by 5 p.m. on Tuesday, then if any disciplinary action is being initiated, there will not be any stay over that. It will be to the subject of the authorities' discretion. Here in this case would be the state health department and the state government. So yes, sir, the Supreme Court had given this observation that get back to your duties by 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Did the junior doctors go back? The answer is no. In fact, the siege work continued. In fact, on Tuesday itself, they had started their protest march towards Shastra Bhavan. In fact, on Tuesday itself, they wanted to march towards Shastra Bhavan, the state health headquarters, and submit a deputation. A deputation making certain demands very, very clear, including the demand for the health secretary's resignation. Well, you have those visuals because their demands were not met, and because there was no, no truce brokered by any side. The stalemate continued, and the protest outside Shastra Bhavan also continued. In fact, as we speak, on this very day, which is Thursday, more than 24 and 48 hours later, the Dharna demonstration is still going on outside the state health headquarters in Salt Lake, which is Shastra Bhavan. Then why are we reporting from Nabanna? Because a delegation has come down for the first time in 35 days to meet with the Chief Minister. A delegation comprising of 30 doctors, junior doctors, who insisted that they be allowed as a group of 30 and no less than that. We want to show you a chain of communication before we move any further. A chain of communication to understand the chronology. And this chronology would give us a perspective as what really transpired in the past 48 hours. This is letter number one. This is letter number one. I would request Titash Orko to put out the first letter. Yes, you see the first letter. The first letter had gone from the state Principal Secretary Health, Narayan Nigam, and the letter addressed, dear sir, reference ongoing agitation. Your small delegation, maximum 10 people, may visit Nabanna now to meet senior government representatives. List of delegation members may be sent by return mail. Okay, this is the first letter, first communication, and it was sent at 6:12 p.m. on Tuesday. So basically, they were expected to come down, to Nabanna and meet with senior government officials. This received a negative response from the protesting doctors. The protesting doctors had responded to this very email at 3:49 a.m. on Tuesday. Here's the time: 3:49 a.m. 3:49 a.m. You see this? 3:49 a.m. This is what the email has gone to the West Bengal CMRO, okay, to the Chief Minister's office, addressed directly to the Chief Minister. It said, respected ma'am, from the press meet by Deputy Health Minister of the state, we came to know that you are willing to meet us. However, the mail that we received from Principal Secretary of Health at 6:12 p.m. on 10th of August, 10th of September, beg your pardon, 2024, there was no such mention in this regard. We would like to reiterate our central demands: justice for Abhaya, suspension of Shondeep Ghosh with disciplinary proceedings. Who is Shondeep Ghosh? Former principal of Archicor Medical College and Hospital, who has now been arrested by CBI for his alleged involvement in alleged cases of misappropriation and irregularities and alleged corruption vis-a-vis Archicor. Now he is in jail custody now. So they wanted suspension of Sandeep Ghosh. Third demand: action against incompetent and complicit police authority. Removal of Vineet Goyal, the Commissioner of Police, Kolkata. Disciplinary action against DC North and DC Central. That was the third demand. The fourth demand. Oh, they also demanded. Fourth demand: they wanted proper security at all hospitals and government healthcare centers. Fifth demand: end threat culture prevalent in all facets of government healthcare facility by ensuring democratic representation of students, junior doctors and doctors in all the official bodies. We have detailed, pointed proposals regarding all the aforementioned demands, which we would like to discuss with you in person, that is the Chief Minister. We would also like to appeal that the delegation team should at least consist of 30 representatives, as there are many stakeholder medical institutions in this movement. The whole state of West Bengal is eagerly waiting for this meeting. We know that your administration conducts serious meetings in an open manner and with live telecast to maintain transparency amongst all parties. We expect the same from this meeting as well. Yours sincerely, West Bengal Junior Doctors Front. This was sent the following day at 3:49 a.m. early in the morning, to which here is the second chain of communication, which happened yesterday. Second chain of communication. Please understand the chronology. Letter 1, letter 2. The second chain of communication is here. Let's move on to letter 2. The second chain of communication. The second chain of communication. I repeat, let's move to response number 2. The second chain of communication. The second chain of communication comes from Chief Secretary. In response to that email that was sent at 3:49 a.m. early on Wednesday morning, a response went from the Chief Secretary on Wednesday afternoon. And it says, I am writing with reference to an email dated 10th of September 2024, in which we extended an invitation for your delegation to attend a discussion at Nabanna, to which you did not agree to accept, and in response your email received at 3:49 a.m. on 11th of September 2024. It is important to take a serious note that common people have been deprived of your vital services, compassionate care, and healing touch, even over the past 32 days. Keeping this aspect in view, the Honorable Supreme Court, in its order dated 9th of September 2024, directed that junior doctors must resume duties by 5 p.m. on 10th of September 2024. You will, no doubt, appreciate and agree that as a law-abiding citizen, it is everyone's bounden duty to adhere to these directions. Unfortunately, it has not been adhered to so far. It is expected that good sense would prevail and you will resume duties immediately in compliance of the Honorable Supreme Court's order. On behalf of the state government, we appeal to you to join duties and provide proper treatment and care to common people. We value your openness to dialogue, as constructive discussions are essential for addressing concerns and working together to improve our healthcare infrastructure. Through such engagement, we can create a safer, more secure environment for everyone in our institutions. Once again, as another opportunity, we invite your delegation, preferably consisting of 12 to 15, hear this out, 12 to 15, to join us for a discussion at 6 p.m. today. That was yesterday, 11th of September 2024 in Nabanna. A list of the members for your delegation may please be intimated by email. We look forward to your positive response and for a fruitful dialogue. That was the email given by Chief Secretary yesterday, to which almost a prompt response went from the protesting doctors by 5:23 p.m. The doctors were called by 6 p.m. At 5:23, a response went from the protesting doctors to the Chief Secretary once again. Here they say, in reference to email so and so and acknowledging your letter so and so received by us on September 11 at 3:23 p.m., we would like to mention few points regarding proposed meeting. As mentioned in our previous mail, we would like to reiterate some points. We would want to send a delegate team of at least 30 representatives. Hear this, 30 representatives. What did the government propose? The government proposed 12 to 15. What was their response? They stayed firm with their first demand that they want 30 representatives be allowed in a meeting of this kind. Okay, second, we want the meeting to be live telecasted for the sake of transparency among all parties. We want the meeting to be based around our 5 point demands. We are re emphasizing our point that we want our discussion to be in the presence of the Honorable Chief Minister. We are writing for your positive response. Yours sincerely. So do you understand where the tussle had been on? First letter from Chief Secretary before we move on to letter number 3. First letter asking for 10 people to come at max, meet with senior government officials. First letter did not mention the Chief Minister. However, the State Minister of State Health, Chandrima Bhattacharya, had suggested the Chief Minister on Tuesday had waited till 7:30 in the evening, expecting that the doctors would come. That did not happen. She left. Yesterday too, she had waited. Yesterday too, the chief Minister of State Chandrima Bhattacharya for Health had said the same thing, that the Chief Minister was expecting them to come, but again, because of disagreement, the meeting did not happen, and she tried plugging in the word, if the doctors are driven by any kind of politics, or if there is anyone trying to plug in politics into this very movement, spearheaded by the doctors, which initially had been, as claimed, was absolutely apolitical. So till yesterday, nothing happened. Today, in response to the second communication from the protesting doctors, the third chain of communication happened. Let's move on to communication channel number three. Let's understand the chronology. 10 people first offered by state, to which their response was 30 people. Second response to that proposal by the protesting doctors, no, come 12 or 15, not more than that. And that's it. Again, doctors reiterated 30 people, nothing less. There are many stakeholders, and they reiterated the demand that it should be live telecast. Here is the third chain of communication. The Chief Secretary once again had responded, and the Chief Secretary writes to the protesting doctors today. I am in receipt of your email dated 11th of September 2024. I would like to reiterate, while the state government is open to meeting the delegates to ensure smooth functioning of the healthcare infrastructure in the state, the same cannot be in any manner contrary to the directions passed by the Honorable Supreme Court for resumption of work, as such direction bind the state. Follow the highlight from first letter to second letter to third letter. The second letter and the third letter from the state essentially is trying to highlight or stress on the fact that Supreme Court has passed on this observation. Relying on Supreme Court's observation, doctors are now being asked, get back to your job, get back to your duty, in a way indicating that by defying Supreme Court or by not abiding to Supreme Court's directive or observation, uh, there cannot be another bargain or another condition laid out on the table. If Supreme Court's condition given to the given to the doctors, beg your pardon, had been violated and defied, then in that case, no conditions can be accepted, and there cannot be conditions given to any sort of a meeting of this kind. So that's the inference that I draw. Thereafter, the state is writing, the state government is always willing to engage in a dialogue with the concerned stakeholders. You are aware that for a meaningful dialogue with your delegation, Honorable Chief Minister waited for your positive response on last two consecutive days. We would like to continue to engage with you and have a dialogue. In this regard, this is informed that the proposed meeting for restoration of normalcy to ensure treatment and health services to the common people shall be held at 5 p.m. today in the conference hall at Nabanna, which is right here, right behind me. That blue and white, that auditorium that you see, it's called Nabanna Shabagor, and over there, currently the meeting is underway. Now, the meeting shall be attended by a delegate team of only 15 persons. Again, the state is saying not 30, 15 to ensure a smooth discussion, and says the meeting shall not be live telecasted. However, the same can be recorded to maintain transparency. This will serve the purpose intended from your end, while also maintaining the sanctity of the proceedings, ensuring that all discussions are accurately documented. We look forward to your positive response and are committed to working together to benefit the innumerable patients dependent on the government health infrastructure in the state. Honorable Chief Minister, we'll be happy to meet you today. It is requested that the delegates reach Nabanno by 5:45 p.m. And to which the last communication that went from the doctors to complete the chronology, it was sent almost immediately at 3:53 p.m. and it says, in reference to your mail received by us on so and so, the moot point is we are sending a delegation of our delegation team of adequate representation of 30 persons to ensure smooth discussion. We will send a list of names shortly. It would be really helpful from your side to have this meeting live streamed, as multiple discussions by Honorable Chief Minister were held in this manner previously. We are also willing to have a discussion with an open mind and clarity to general public, as the smooth functioning of the healthcare system is directly linked to our 5 point demands We want the discussion to be about the same. We're reaching Nabanna at the earliest. So what is the moot point? The moot point was who is blinking first, and almost like who gets to win. At this point, no one can say I have won, and possibly both sides would be saying that there was no ego battle, there was no competition between the either. But then, while the state put firm to the point that it will not be live telecast, this meeting which is currently underway is not live telecast. While doctors insisted they would be sending a delegation of 30 people, exactly how it happened. While the state government said 15 people, not more than that, but the doctors maintained they would want 30 people and exactly 30 had come down. Again, so if they are trying to score one over there, doctors are scoring one here. Again, both sides have maintained that healthcare system is the priority and it will be given the priority while the state government maintains that doctors should get back to their duties abiding to the Supreme Court order. The doctors in their response have categorically stated that their meeting would essentially revolve around the five demands laid out by them. So it means they would want a closure, an assurance on all those five demands. If that doesn't happen, there cannot be any discussion beyond that. So what is really happening inside, we cannot really confirm. But it is very important to understand. Let's move on to these visuals of doctors coming down, please. It's very important to understand today being the 35th day since 9th of August 2024, the day when the unfortunate incident happened, the brutal rape and the killing happened. Since then, today is the first time when the protesting doctors are on the talking table with the state chief minister Mamata Banerjee and other senior bureaucrats and other delegates. So the protesting doctors have come down who had been on a cease work mode, demanding a safer environment, demanding punitive action against those who they hold responsible for a deep-seated rot in medical institutions, demanding action against Kolkata police, no less than the police commissioner himself, as they allege there had been tampering of evidences and other destruction of evidences, mismanagement of the case, and the reason why they want punitive action against the police commissioner. So with all these demands, there was almost like a standpoint between the health system and the state government and the protesting doctors. Protesting doctors said that they are not jeopardizing the health system. In fact, senior doctors are giving treatment, but then the the state government is on record. Kapil Sibal, while representing the state government before the Supreme Court bench of the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, had clearly stated that more than 20 people, or about 23 people, have died because of lack of medical intervention and medical attention at the government hospitals because the junior doctors are on cease work. Something which was strongly refuted by junior doctors. Junior doctors are saying they are running Abhaya clinic, they are running telemedicine services, that they are attending to patients at the emergency ward. But on the ground, it is a matter of fact that many people, and I say that without any hitch, many people who have come from far-flung places, they have suffered a lot of inconveniences, especially at Arjikor, especially at Calcutta Medical College and Hospital. In lack of doctors, medical intervention, timely medical intervention has not really happened. There are people who have lost their loved ones and they have squarely held protests responsible. They are also on record. And we have visited the ground ourselves. Again, ever since we have filed the report, there had been a lot of flack coming to our side. Many are saying that we are trying to be biased. Many are saying that we are trying to highlight an agenda driven story. Many are trying to suggest that your agenda in highlighting the inconvenience of our patient parties is essentially pampering the messaging coming from the state government. Well, we let them be. Our job is to highlight the truth. Who likes them, who do not, we do not really care much. We can't really care much because as it is as Martin Luther King Jr. said, that injustice to one is a threat to justice everywhere. And that's why every truth has to be told. We have been reporting on this protest, we have been reporting on this incident relentlessly from 9th of August. And we would also be reporting on the inconvenience of the patient parties because they are equal stakeholders on credible media reportage of this very incident. If their lives are somehow intertwined with the current unfoldings or things unfolding now because of what happened on 9th of August, obviously they become a natural stakeholder, and that's the reason their story too should be told. So while the meeting is currently underway, I will request my producer to show this report, which is also there on our channel, a video which we have uploaded yesterday, a report which has been filed by my colleague Titash Mukherjee and Ronnie Shatra. They had gone there at Archicor Medical College and Hospital, and the kind of stories that I heard from Titash, they were literally harrowing. Some of the patient parties were unwilling to speak on camera, fearing there could be retaliation, fearing if they go to some other hospital and over there too they are denied admission. So we cannot be mincing our words to speak the truth. Yes, we want justice. Yes, we want closure to this protest. Yes, these doctors who are demanding a safer environment, it's a very, very legitimate demand. Yes, the doctors who give us life, their demands will have to be heard with patience. And that's the reason all throughout, in the past 35 days, every protest that happened, almost everyone, unless one or two where you have literally fallen sick and I could not go, or after having covered a protest all night long, we were late in reaching to one protest which happened immediately in the following morning. We have tried covering every protest, but this story too has to be told, has to be told, has to be told. So while the meeting is currently underway inside Nabanna between the protesting doctors and the Chief Minister, here's an excerpt from the report which was filed by our colleagues Titash Mukherjee and Ronnie Shatra from Archicor Medical College and Hospital. Please have a look.
আমরা কষ্ট পাচ্ছি কি করে। একটা রিপোর্ট দিয়েছে বলে কি দুটো বেজে গেছে এখন আর রিপোর্ট দেওয়া যাবে না, একটা পেজ একটা পাই সাধারণ মানুষের খুব কষ্ট হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
It has been a month and 3 days since the brutal rape and murder of the 31-year-old PGT doctor at Kolkata's Arjikor Medical College and Hospital. And today we are here at Arjikor Medical College and Hospital that had been the pivot of all protests that had swept across all of the city, the state and the country at large. While the junior doctors have maintained that they are going to continue with their cease work following the Supreme Court directive where they were asked to resume back to their duties by 5 p.m. on September 10th, it is the patients who are reportedly bearing the brunt or facing the consequences of the cease work. There are reports that have surfaced which say that the patients are not getting treatment or the requisite treatment that is expected out of a government-run medical college and hospital.
She is Roshniara Khatun, and her desperate quest for healing was met with indifference. The 18-year-old, suffering from seizures, had travelled to Arjikor Medical College and Hospital from Bankura with her family, spending a whopping sum of 8,000 rupees on a car, only to be turned away by the hospital that had treated her 2 years ago. As she lay shivering on a stretcher outside the trauma care unit, the hospital's doors remained shut, citing a lack of doctors.
কি বলছে? বলছে হবে না। মানে কেন হবে না বা কিছু বলেছে? ডাক্তার আসেন। কোথাও কি রেফার করেছে ওনাকে? হ্যাঁ, ওনাকে অন্য কোথাও রেফার করেছে বা অন্য কোনো হাসপাতালে নিয়ে যেতে বলেছে?
বিষ্ণুপুর থেকে আনছে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
বিষ্ণুপুর থেকে নিয়ে আসছে।
তো ওনাকে এখানে যে ভর্তি নিলেন না, অন্য কোনো হাসপাতালে দাদা নিয়ে যেতে বলেছে আপনাদের?
হ্যাঁ, ওই পিজির পাশে আর কি হসপিটাল আছে বলছে সরকারিভাবে, আর পদ্মপুকুর বলছে একটা আছে।
আর ওনার কি হয়েছে?
ওর একটু নার্ভের প্রবলেম আছে।
তাই নার্ভের এখানে কোনো ডাক্তার নেই আজকে?
এখানে তো নেই, ছিল
এখন নেই। এখন এই মানে দুর্ঘটনা হবার থেকে আর নেই।
তা এখন ওনাকে তাই জন্য মানে অন্য হাসপাতালে নিয়ে
যেতে বলছে।
এখানে 1-1.5 মাস ভর্তি ছিল।
2 বছর আগে। তোমার নাম্বারটা চাইছে, নাম্বার তো তখন ডাক্তার ছিল, এখানে ভর্তি হয়েছে। এখন কি বলছে?
এখন বলছে ওখানে বন্ধ, ডাক্তার নেই।
মানে ওনার যে ডাক্তার
7407
অন্য কোনো হাসপাতালে বেড রেকমেন্ড করে দিয়েছে যে ওনাকে নিয়ে গেলে ভর্তি হবে বা কিছু?
ওখানে কথা বলছে ভিতরে।
এখান থেকে যদি লিখে দিত তাহলে অন্য জায়গায় ভর্তি করতে শিফট করতে সুবিধা হতো।
কিছু কি লিখে দিয়েছে বা
না
কিছু
না না
বলেছে?
দেয়
আপনাদের শুধু বলেছে ডাক্তার নেই।
বলেছে ডাক্তার
Karim Shahaji's frail 83-year-old body trembled with pain as he endured a grueling 3-hour-long journey to reach RG Medical College and Hospital to get his catheter changed. The elderly man, racked by infection and sharp pains, was told to leave his catheter unchanged due to the unavailability of doctors when he reached the hospital at around 12 noon. Finally, after an agonizing 3-hour-long wait, the hospital relented and changed his catheter at around 3 p.m. in the evening.
এখানে যে ডাক্তারখানায় এসেছিলেন, ডাক্তার পেয়েছেন? ডাক্তার দেখেছেন? অসুবিধা হয়েছে?
ডাক্তারখানে ওখানে ডাক্তার দেখলো, ও তিনতলায় দেখে ওখানে লিখে দিল যে এখানে এসব চেঞ্জ হবে না।
কেন চেঞ্জ হবে না? কেন
চেঞ্জ হবে না, ওখানে ডাক্তার নেই, লোক বলছে চেঞ্জ করার লোক নেই।
ওখান থেকে আপনাকে বলেছে চেঞ্জ করার লোক নেই?
না,
হ্যাঁ।
লোক নেই। তারপরে নিচে এসে বসে বসে থেকে সেই 12টা থেকে বসে এই এখন পাল্টে দিল। এখন কটা বাজে?
এখন 3টে বাজে।
এখন পাল্টাবো। আমরা কষ্ট পাচ্ছি, কী করবো?
তো যখন এসেছেন তখন কোনো অসুবিধা হয়েছে? ডাক্তার পেয়েছিলেন?
পেয়েছিলাম বলতে ওখান থেকে দেখালাম, দেখিয়ে বলছে হবে না, তোমার বাড়ির কাছে কোথাও থেকে করিয়ে নাও। তো বাড়ির কাছে বলতে সেরকম কোথাও নেই, বাইরে থেকে একবার করিয়েছিলাম, বারাসাত যে জেলার হাসপাতাল আছে ওখানে, কোনো লাভ হয়নি, ওর জন্য আমরা এখানেই নিয়ে আসি।
হবে না বলেছিল কেন?
বলুন ডাক্তার নেই আমাদের।
We were stationed here at the Arjikon Medical College and Hospital since the morning today. And after having spoken to several people, several patient parties, they have come up with one problem. They have said that while the doctors are protesting, it is their patients or their loved ones or their beloved family members who are having to face the consequences of this cease work, as they have alleged that there are not enough doctors who are present at the moment to tend to the needs of these patients. The protesting junior doctors of the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front taken out a protest march and gone to Shasto Bhavan, which is the state health headquarters, protesting and putting forward their demands. They are demanding for a safe and conducive space and have said that they will return to work after following the Supreme Court directive only after their demands are catered to, only after their demands are met. While the doctors keep rallying for a safe and conducive workspace, it is these patients who cannot afford to go to a private hospital who are facing the music of their actions. The patients have maintained that there is a scarcity of doctors currently at the hospital. Here in Arjikor Medical College and Hospital with video journalist Ronnie Shatra, this is Titash reporting for News the Truth NTT.
Thank you so much for watching that report. Please tell us which part of this report is a concocted one. Please tell us which part of this report is not genuine or does not look genuine. Please tell us which part of this report looks framed and agenda driven. Can you really put your hand on your heart and tell those people who were there on the wheelchair or on the stretcher that your pain is discounted at this point and could be considered as collateral damage because we are fighting for a larger cause? Can anyone say that? If you can, go ahead and do so. I can't, my team can't, and we will never ever do so. Never ever 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 do so. And that's why that story too would be reported. The kind of personal messages, the kind of hate messages you have tried giving to us on our personal messenger, unfortunate, but hear this out loud and clear. We do not care. We do not care. We do not care. We care for the truth, and this is equally part of the truth that we are trying to highlight. Yes, we all want justice, and again I say, the protest is definitely legitimate. We cannot live in a country, in a world and share our space with rapists. We cannot live in a country, in a world, in this world where we have to work in a place feeling insecure. And that's the reason the demand for a safer workplace is absolutely a legitimate demand. If somebody has done corruption, should be punished. Those who are involved in this act of crime, raping a woman, should be given the most stringent punishment. There are no two ways about it. There are no second thought about it. But at the same time, while you're not questioning the intent of the doctors who are on a cease work, it's their call, their demand. But as much as you show their story, we would equally show the story of others who are indirectly or directly affected. We will not allow anyone term them as collateral damage. Coming back to the moment once again, right behind me is Nabanna and it is what? It is more than 45 minutes. It is more than 45 minutes, more than 35 minutes. Beg your pardon, more than 35 minutes. We started a live broadcast 35 minutes back, and exactly 5 minutes before we came live, the doctors had come down. They came in a bus. They were, of course, led by a pilot police vehicle, and the doctors were offered transportation, but doctors decided to come on their own, and they came on their own. They came in a particular bus from Salt Lake, and please understand, while we are here reporting from Nabanna, while the meeting is currently underway, the protest demonstration outside the state health headquarters, that is Shastra Bhavan, is currently on. Several junior doctors, protesting doctors, are still there, camping over there, and they want, they want uh, the meeting will yield results conducive enough for them to go back to their respective duties. Yes, they have maintained that they do not enjoy being on siege work. Yes, they have said time and again, it is in all fairness, we must mention, doctors have said that in all fairness, they had said that they do not wish to be on siege work. They are doctors, they're there to treat people, patients, and they don't enjoy being out on the streets, staying up the whole night, not one but many, and demonstrate and protest against the system and administration, and that is not their job, but then they are compelled to do it, and they have only thanked people, people, calling it is a people's movement which has found support from the people, and that they are happy and indebted to the people for that. So as far as siege work is concerned, siege work continues, and even though Supreme Court had said that by Tuesday 5 p.m. they should get back to their job, get back to their duties, that hasn't happened, and they are saying that they respect Supreme Court. The junior doctors are saying they respect Supreme Court where it has started raining and quickly moving under the shade. They say they respect the Supreme Court, but at the same time, they want justice and they want closure in a manner which is acceptable to one and all. So currently, the meeting is underway. While the doctors had come down, I found a shade under which I'm standing. Well, right behind me, you can still see Nabanna Shobhagar. Please do not mind the blurry visual. That is not the intention. But uh, unfortunately, I am all by myself, and that's why I can't really work with the reverse camera. So with the front camera, this is the best quality, and this is the format on the software. So yes, right behind me is Nabanna Shobhagar, where the meeting is currently underway. It's been over 40 minutes. The meeting is on. When the doctors had come down, they got up from that very bus, and we are playing those visuals. They got up from the bus, and they then chanted the slogan, the same slogan which you have been hearing for the past 35 days, the same slogan which in a way has united the city, the state, the entire country, the same slogan which has united one human being with another. We want justice. We want justice. That's the slogan that was raised. I don't know why it's a peace lane out here. Yeah, thank you so much. We will try and play that visual when the doctors were entering the auditorium. They shouted, "We want justice, we want justice," and then they went inside. If you can kindly play that video full frame, and if you can highlight as when the moment when the doctors were entering, I want the audio as well. When the doctors were entering, they shouted, "We want justice."
No
myself and to give you the updated information, correct myself and to give you an updated information. Apologies for the wrong information in the past 5 minutes, where I said the meeting is currently underway and it's been over 40 minutes. There is an ambiguity whether the meeting has started or not, because I do get to see some of the doctors are still waiting outside the auditorium. Please understand, the state government had said that 15 people are welcomed, but doctors insisted 30 people. So there is a confusion as whether 15 have gone inside and 15 waiting outside. সব 30 জনই বাইরে দাঁড়িয়ে আছে exactly. So so the meeting, okay, I correct myself again. The meeting started, possibly it has started, but not all the doctors have gone inside. Not all the doctors have gone inside. So which means the state government, the point that they have tried making, that about 15 people would be allowed, and it seems like only 15 have gone inside. Let me see if I can work with my camera. Can Ronnie or Titash confirm if the audio is okay? I will just okay. Okay. Well, one second. Let me just reverse the camera. Here it is. Okay. So over there, try and see this. Over there, a section of doctors are still outside. I've tried lifting my camera as much as I could. Is the audio still clear? Is the audio still clear? Okay, so there you see the doctors are this side. All right, I try and go little ahead. Okay, over there are the doctors, a section of waiting, still waiting. So it is unclear if all the doctors have gone. Okay. And I am being told the chief secretary will also be holding this conference. Once. Yeah, let me see. Just try and look for PWD handle. Just look for PWD handle. You would find the chief secretary's press conference over there. See if that is something you can cut to it live. The chief secretary is holding a press conference, and we are. Let me see if I can find it. The chief secretary is holding a press conference now, and the chief secretary. Okay, the chief secretary and the DGP both are holding a press conference, and yeah, the chief secretary and the Chief Secretary Manoj Pant and State DGP Rajiv Kumar, Police DGP, they are holding a press conference. Let me see if I can find out the link. Let's cut to a visual, please. Cut to the visual full frame, please. Cut to the visual full frame, please. All right. So the chief secretary and wait. Yeah. All right. I think we have a visual to share. We have a visual to share, and this is very, very interesting visual. Please play this full frame. Please play this video full frame. This video that we have accessed shows inside the auditorium. The Chief Minister is waiting with the secretaries. Please play this visual full frame. Please come back to me and play that video full frame. You see the Chief Minister, you also see Minister of State Health, and exactly, and there are no doctors present, which means the doctors have not really gone inside. The doctors have not gone inside, and the doctors are not going inside probably because they were asked 15 people and they insisted 30 to go inside. So which means this video indicates that the meeting has not started. Let's confirm this. The meeting has not started. The Chief Secretary is holding a press conference, possibly is highlighting this. Please watch this visual carefully. You have an empty auditorium. The chair on which the Chief Minister sits, she is there, and there is the Minister of State, Health, Chandrima Bhattacharya, and you also have bureaucrat. Three of them are still there inside the auditorium, and they are waiting for the doctors to come inside, but the meeting has not started. The Chief Minister is waiting and the meeting has not started. It is primarily an indication that the doctors have not gone inside. So the visually we're trying to highlight that the doctors are there outside, which means while the doctors have gone inside the precincts of Nabanna, the health, the state secretariat, Nabanna, they have not gone inside the auditorium. We can confirm they have not really gone inside the auditorium, maybe because of the this difference highlighting only one point at this juncture which I can draw. The state said 12 to 15 people come down, and they insisted. What happened?
I'm not supposed to be here. Bangla জানেন?
Excuse me, sir. Apni media. Excuse me, sir. Don't disturb others. আপনার পারা হতে পারে, আপনি জায়গা কেনেননি। Mind your language. You came on my frame. I did not. Your behavior speaks your character, sir. Thank you so much. In a live situation, there are certain things we cannot control, but then we can confirm this video. This video is a clear indication that the Chief Minister over there inside the auditorium waiting, and of course the meeting has started. The meeting has not started primarily because it seems like the doctors have not gone inside. Let's play those visuals full frame. Let's play this visual full frame once again. The Chief Minister over there waiting with the Minister of State, Health, Chandrima Bhattacharya, and the bureaucrat, and the meeting has not started because the doctors have not really gone. So as far as the standoff is concerned, it is pretty much clear. The standoff continues. I'll try and reverse my camera and highlight towards the very point, and if we can cut to it, two window over there, you get to see that the doctors are there at the very gate of this very auditorium, and they have not really moved. They have not really moved, and the doctors are still waiting outside. I believe the door has opened, right? The door has opened, the police officers are there, and the doctors are there on the other side of the bus. Exactly, on the other side of the bus, the doctors are there, and the doctors are there, and they have not really gone inside. The Nabanna Shobhagor, the auditorium door is open. It's been opened once again. There are police people who are there at the very entrance, and those people and the doctors, beg your pardon, they have not really gone inside. So it seems like as far as the standoff is concerned, the standoff continues. The standoff continues, and the standoff continues primarily because it seems like the state had asked for 15 people, not more than 15 people, but here they had came down 30 people with their demand. And they made it very clear that if they have to go inside, all 30 people would be going, all the stakeholders would be going, and all the stakeholders would be going, staying there, saying there are many people, many people who are stakeholders over there. There are many stakeholders. There are many stakeholders. There are many stakeholders in this. Can you kindly send me that video, please? Video, please. I want to take my number. All right. So the doctors could be visible outside the gate, and the doctors could be seen waiting outside the auditorium. The doctors have not really gone inside. Not really clear as why they have not gone inside, because the doctor's version is still awaited. But then, yes, this video makes it very, very clear that the Chief Minister is there inside the auditorium waiting for the meeting to begin, and the meeting has not really started. The meeting has not really started, the doctors. The meeting has not really started because they have not really gone inside. We are unsure as why the doctors have not really gone inside. Is it because they demanded that 30 people be allowed inside and only 15 were allowed initially, approved by the state government? Is that the standoff reason? Or because the doctor did that the meeting be live streamed, is that the reason? Because the state government had made it very, very clear the live streaming of the meeting won't happen. The live streaming of the meeting won't. Just save this number and send it to me. They have made it very clear they wanted the meeting to be live streamed. So there are two disagreements primarily. Number one, 30 people to go inside. Again, there is a disagreement because the state said about 12 to 15 people, not really sure if 30 had been approved. The other disagreement which still exists, the doctors demanded the meeting be allowed be live telecast for the sake of transparency. The state government maintained for the sake of sanctity, quote unquote, the meeting cannot be live telecast, and the meeting cannot be live telecast, and obviously the meeting would be recorded. Entire meeting would be documented, video recorded, and that's what the send. Okay. Okay. So the chief secretary and the DGP, they're holding a meeting. I'm sorry I could not cut to it live. I'm still waiting for a source. And only if we can cut to it live. Titash, can you please confirm as what they have said exactly? It'll give me some clarity. What are they saying? Have you heard as what they said? Okay, so here's another video, a clearer video of the doctors waiting. I have sent it on the group. While we play this video, while we play this video of Chief Minister waiting inside, it's important we play this second video in second window with the doctors waiting outside, right outside the State Secretariat auditorium, Nabanna Sabhaghar, and the demand that they are sticking to, that if the meeting is not telecast, live telecast, in that case they will not really have the meeting. It seems like that is the major point of disagreement, and disagreement has only accentuated the stalemate. Okay, let's play these two videos side by side. As you see, this is Nabanna Sabhaghar, and that gate is open. Right outside that gate, you have a bus waiting. Right next to the bus, you have people standing, and they are the doctors. They are the junior doctors. These junior doctors had come down. These junior doctors had come down to meet with the Chief Minister, have a meeting, but then they have not really gone inside because it seems like the standpoint is they want the meeting to be live telecast, and the state government has not really agreed to it. So we are playing two visuals after the other. One where the Chief Minister is waiting inside the auditorium, and it's a 20-second video which shows that the Chief Minister is there on the chair, and the Chief Minister is waiting for the doctors to come inside. We do get to see, if we pause the frame, there are multiple cameras inside, which means, as being agreed by the state government, that the entire meeting would be documented, would be video recorded. But then we do see the meeting room to be empty. The doctors have not really gone inside. It seems like the disagreement point is that if the meeting is not live telecast, then they will not go ahead for the meeting. So that's exactly what you get to see here. There is a standpoint still emerging. On the 35th day, in fact after 35 days, while you were expecting that there could be an end to the stalemate, there could be an end to the deadlock, where it seems it's certainly not the case. At least till 6:25 in the evening, as we speak, the doctors are still waiting outside. They have not really gone inside, and the meeting has not really started. The Chief Minister is still there inside the auditorium, Nabanna Sabhaghar, and the meeting has not started. It seems like the point of disagreement actually lies with the fact that doctors wanted the meeting be live telecast, and the state disagreed to that. State said, quote unquote, for the sake of sanctity, the meeting cannot be live telecast, but the video recording would be done for documentation of the meeting, but then it seems like the state's proposal has not been accepted by the protesting doctors, and that's the reason you have this visuals of doctors protesting doctors still waiting outside the auditorium, and they are not going inside because the demand is that the meeting be live telecast. So yes, it is more like a standoff which is on, a standoff between the administration, if I can say that, while both said they are on the same page while demanding justice. But when it came to punitive action, and there are allegations leveled by the protesting doctors against authorities connected with the state government, they are saying they want cognizable action, and with those demands, they wanted a meeting with the higher ups, and the meeting was eventually a chronology of exchanges of communication finally got scheduled today. But then, even after the doctors coming down here, the meeting has not really started because the doctors have not really gone inside. The door of the Nabanna show, the auditorium is open, and the doors are open, but nobody has gone inside. Because the disagreement continues, and the disagreement is that the disagreement is that wanted the entire meeting be live telecast, and that disagreement in a way has only led to a stalemate. Chief Secretary, or that I have. Okay, there is another point I wanted to highlight over here. All right, look here. There is a Trinamool Congress tweet. There is a tweet which has now come up, and this tweet is from Trinamool Congress official handle. They have tweeted the same video that all channels are also showing, where the Chief Minister is waiting inside the auditorium. If I can read it, it says breakthroughs can only happen through dialogue. Government of West Bengal has taken several steps towards collaborative discussion. Honorable Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is waiting at Nabanna for a holistic discussion on safety and security of doctors, but it seems that the junior doctors are not prioritizing a cooperative and collaborative dialogue. May good sense prevail. This is a statement coming in from Trinamool Congress, the political party, the ruling party in the state, and they have tweeted, they put it out on X, attaching the video which you all showing, and the video of the Chief Minister. Well, all right. Not really clear if the Chief Minister would be leaving shortly. Well, Titash, did you hear what the DGP
Okay,
said?
so the one from from what we gathered, that is.
Titash, did you hear? Your frame is.
From what we
You
gathered,
hear?
from what we gathered, that is the Chief Secretary and the DGP, they had come, they had tried to have a dialogue with the protesting doctors. Now, the protesting doctors have said, have clearly maintained that, as long as the meeting is not live telecasted, they will not go in for a dialogue with the authorities. Now, as noted, that the authorities had informed that a delegation of 15 people would be allowed, but then the doctors came in with a delegation of 32 protesting junior doctors. That was also allowed by the authorities, but the authorities have said that for official meetings and formal meetings, usually meetings are not live telecasted, and the meeting would be recorded and documented for further use. For records, but then they have said that the meeting will not be live telecasted, and the protesting doctors here have said that as long as the meeting is not live telecasted, they would not go inside and have an official dialogue with the West Bengal Chief Minister. The protesting doctors arrived at Nabanna, which is the state secretariat, at 5:23 p.m. It is almost 6:30. It has been over an hour that the protesting doctors are now waiting outside the state secretariat. And the impasse just continues, because the state has said that they will not live telecast the meetings, and the doctors have said that they are not going to attend and go in for dialogue as long as the meeting is not live telecasted. So,
yeah, so did the Chief Secretary confirm? That they have allowed 30 people?
Yeah, they have allowed. So they said that arrangements for 32 people were allowed. 32 people had come. Arrangements for 32 people have been allowed. 32 people were being allowed to go in, but they have said that as long as the meeting is not live telecasted, the protesting doctors would not go inside. And essentially, they are still waiting outside to see if if the authorities somehow relent to this demand of a live telecast, which the authorities have clearly said that such meetings of such stature usually are not live telecasted by the government, and they would be documented. And they said that the meeting can be documented or video recorded from both sides and kept as record, but the meeting will by no means be live telecasted. So the doctors have said that as long as these demands are not met, they are not ready to go in and have a official discussion with the West Bengal Chief Minister, who's waiting inside.
All right, we are also getting the report that the chief minister has possibly stepped out of Nabanna Sabhaghar. It seems like she has already moved out of Nabanna Sabhaghar. She has just stepped out. Not really sure if the meeting is now being called off or not, but then while she was there seated on the chair, maybe she has just stepped out, and we are waiting for an official confirmation that she would come back and then be staying put inside Nabanna Sabhaghar again. Well, the last visual that you have is of the chief minister being inside the auditorium, and the chief minister was seen. The chief minister was seen seated on the chair, and thereafter the meeting room looked absolutely empty, and it seems like the disagreement as far as live telecast is concerned, that is what is costing, if I can say it that way, because the state said the meeting will not be live telecast, and they are possibly adamant. They are asking for, they're firm with their demand. They want the meeting to be live telecast. So the chief secretary and the DGP has held a press conference. There is a video which has come out from inside the auditorium where the chief minister could be seen. The doctors waiting outside. So as far as the stalemate is concerned, it continues even on the 35th day. The stalemate continues, and yes, it is. While everybody had been looking forward to this, as whether this meeting with the chief minister would end a deadlock, but deadlock is far from over. At least for now, at 6:33 p.m., the deadlock is far from over, because the meeting has not really started. Going back to Titash, I need to make certain phone calls. Please come back on live. Take us through about the developments which have happened so far. Doctors coming, play with the visuals, the chief minister's visual, this standpoint, and of course the meeting is yet to begin. And the chief secretary, what the chief secretary said, please continue with that till I come back. I have to make certain important phone calls to understand what's happening, and we'll take it over from here and put me on mute.
Okay. So the incidents that transpired since the doctors' Nabanna Abhijan is I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. The incidents that transpired since the Dr. Shastro Bhavan Abhijan, which was the state health secretariat, as they had demanded for a conducive and safe working space amongst other demands. So that was their demand, and they had gone there and they had held a sit-in protest where they said that as long as their demands are not met, they would not relent, or they would not move away from their sit-in protest, and the sit-in protest would continue. Over the past 2 days, we saw that the doctors were protesting right outside the Shastro Bhavan, which is the state health secretariat building. And there were plastic sheets that were on their head. There was a makeshift situation, and we saw that support was pouring in from all across the city, not just the medical fraternity, but the general civilians as well. But again, at the same time, what we must remember is, in these past 48 hours, the 48 hours and a little more than that the doctors were sitting at a sitting demonstration in front of Shastro Bhavan. Three letters from the West Bengal government has been put forth or put ahead in front of the doctors. 3 times the West Bengal government tried to send letters and break the logjam. So now, in the first letter that was sent to the doctors, it was said that a senior member of the government would hold a dialogue with the protesting doctors, with the protesting doctors, and they would try to hold and kind of break this logjam, because following the Supreme Court directive had asked the protesting doctors to get back to their duties by September 10th, 5 p.m., failing which the Supreme Court had mentioned that if the state government takes any action, the Supreme Court would not say anything to it. So the doctors said that they would only go back to their duties after their demands, which they have put in front of the West Bengal government, are met. So as a result of which, the first letter said from the government, which had extended an olive branch trying to end this impasse, had said that we will come, we will hold a meeting. Let's hold a meeting with the senior representative, and they had said that a delegation of 12 to 15 doctors would be allowed to meet with a senior representative. Now, the doctors did not immediately reply to that letter, but later on, they sent another email in response to the first letter, where they said that they were not aware of the fact that West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee was waiting for them to have a dialogue and have a meeting and kind of look through or go through their demands so that this logjam is broken. So they said that they did not know that West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee was waiting, and they outlined 5 demands. 5 demands were outlined by the protesting doctors, and they said that it is imperative to hold discussion over these demands, as these are the demands that their protest is mostly based on. These are the pivots around which their protest, is based. And they said that as long as these demands are not met, it would be difficult for them to go back to work, as they had been rallying for a conducive and safe working space from the very first day. Now, what are these first 5 demands? The 5 demands include, first one is justice for Abhaya. That is the 31-year-old PGT doctor of Kolkata's RG Medical College and Hospital, who was brutally raped and murdered during the wee hours of August 9. It has been a month and 4 days since. So this particular case has now been handed over to CBI, who's probing into this case. Second is suspension of Sandeep Ghosh with disciplinary proceedings. Third one was action against incompetent and complacent police authority, removal of Vineet Goyal, the police commissioner of Kolkata, disciplinary action against DC North and DC Central. The fourth demand that they put forth before the government is proper security in all hospitals and government healthcare centers. And the fifth demand, which they have said, is end threat culture prevalent in all facets of government healthcare facility. Lastly, they had written, we have detailed pointed proposals regarding all the aforementioned demand, which we would like to discuss with you in person. They had also mentioned, we would like to appeal that a delegation team should at least consist of 30 representatives, as there are many stakeholders in medical institutions in the movement. The whole state of West Bengal is eagerly waiting for this meeting. We know that your administration conducts serious meetings in an open manner with live telecast to maintain transparency amongst all parties. We expect the same from this meeting. So this was the mail that was sent from the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front to the government of West Bengal. So now the government of West Bengal, or the chief secretary, extended another olive branch. In that letter, he said that, we are ready to hold discussions. We would allow a delegation of 12 to 15 people to come and talk to us. But then he also mentioned that live telecasting a meeting is not possible, because such meetings are usually not live telecasted. And, the meeting would be allowed to be recorded. After which the doctors once again responded. The doctors responded and said that in reference to the email that was sent to the doctors, they said that they want a delegation team of at least 30 representatives to be allowed inside Nabanna for the meeting. The second one was, we want to meet, want the meeting to be live telecasted for the sake of transparency amongst all parties.
Sorry to cut you. Sorry, one second, Titash. I've just sent all the bites of the chief secretary. Please ask Orko to just weave them together, put one after the other, and in entirety, we will play our press conference of the Chief Secretary and the DGP. Let us know when it's ready. It has to be played intact ASAP, all right? So the Chief Secretary and the DGP, they have held a press conference, and they have tried highlighting as what is coming in the way of the meeting, and it's very important to happen. And we would also wait for the doctors to give out their version. At this juncture, we do not have a version from the doctors. What you have been given to understand, and especially after having connected with the doctors over WhatsApp, They are saying that they want this meeting to be live telecast. No negotiation on that. Unless the meeting is being allowed to be live telecast, they will not be. The Chief Minister's video is already out, waiting inside the auditorium. And of course, these doctors have not really gone inside. The Chief Secretary and the DGP, they have held a press conference and they have put out the statement. We will try and play that soundbite ASAP. Just put them together. Just put them together. And very important to understand what exactly is the government statement and what exactly is the government version. The government so far has maintained that the meeting cannot be live telecast. The meeting cannot be live telecast for the sake of sanctity. If I'm not mistaken, the Chief Secretary has also said there are certain issues which are also this juncture for the sanctity of free discussion and open conversation. It is best not to have this meeting live telecast, and the reason why they have refused to entertain that request which has come from the doctors that the meeting has to be live telecast. So at this juncture, the meeting being live telecast is possibly becoming the lock as far as the meeting between the protesting doctors and the Chief Minister and the state authorities are concerned. I clearly see the doctors are still waiting next to the bus and they have not really gone inside. I do get to see the auditorium gate is open and they walked inside. There is visual proof of the Chief Minister there inside. There is a visual proof of the doctors not going inside. So yes, overall, it's safe to confirm as far as the standoff is. I'm sorry, in lack of a better word, using the word standoff. The standoff continues at this juncture. The standoff continues at this juncture. The Chief Minister is still inside the auditorium, and the Chief Minister, as being told, would be waiting for how long will this wait from either side continue? Not really sure. Please, somebody confirm if the Chief Secretary's statement is ready to be played. All right, so we just need a couple of more seconds before the Chief Secretary we can play out, and we will play out as live because the Chief Secretary has just given out a statement clearing out the government standpoint as why hasn't the meeting possibly started. Initially, we couldn't actually see the doctors whether they have gone inside the auditorium or not, but then eventually it became very, very clear that the other side of the bus, they did not stand on this side where they would be easily seen on the camera. They stood on the other side of the bus, and inside the auditorium, they have not really gone inside. The video which came out from inside the auditorium, the Chief Minister could be seen waiting inside the auditorium all by herself, along with Minister of State Bhattacharya and bureaucrats, and the meeting room was empty because the doctors have not gone inside. Here's what the Chief Secretary had said. Play it full.
তার পরিপ্রেক্ষিতে ওরা আমাদের নবান্না সভাগারে মিটিং করছিল। এর জন্য ওরা পৌঁছেছে। আমরা 5টার সময় দিয়েছিলাম, ওরা একটু দেরি করে যেহেতু বাসে ওখান থেকে আসলো পৌঁছেছে আমাদের এখানে। মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রী ওনাকে সবাইকে সময় দিয়েছিলেন। মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রী 5টা থেকে অপেক্ষা করছেন। এখন এই নবান্না সভাগারে ওয়েট করছেন যাতে ওরা ডিসকাশনের জন্য ঢুকতে আসো। ওরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি দুটো ছিল, ওরা 30 জন মতন এসেছে। আমরা 15 জন বলেছিলাম, 30 জন মতন এসেছে। আমরা ওদের 30 জন মতন এসেছেন। আমরা ওদেরকে অ্যালাউ করলাম। আমরা বললাম আসুন আলোচনা করুন, বিকজ আলোচনার মাধ্যমে আমরা এই সমস্যার সমাধান বের করতে পারবো। কিন্তু ওদের একটা ইস্যু আছে, যেটা ওরা বলছে কি মিটিংয়ে লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং করতে হবে। আমরা আমাদের চিঠির মাধ্যমে জানিয়েছিলাম এটা লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং হবে না, আমরা এই ভিডিও রেকর্ডিং করবো যাতে এটা ভালো করে ডকুমেন্টেড থাকে। যে আলোচনা হচ্ছে এটাকে আমরা সুন্দরভাবে ডকুমেন্ট করবো, এবং ওর উপরে যদি পরবর্তীকালে কোনো ফলো আপ অ্যাকশন নিতে হয় ওটাও যাতে আমরা নিতে পারি। কিন্তু ওরা এখনো ইনসিস্ট করছে কি লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং করুক। আমাদের অফিসাররা ওদের সঙ্গে অনেকবার আলোচনা করেছেন, তারপরে আমরা ডিজি সাহেব আমরাও ওদের কাছে গেলাম, ওদেরকে বলেছি কি আপনারা আলোচনা অনুষ্ঠিত করুন, আলোচনার মাধ্যমে এর সমাধান হবে। কিন্তু এখনো আমাদের ডক্টর বন্ধুগণ যারা আছেন ওরা নিজেদের মধ্যেই আলোচনা করছেন যাতে লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং যতক্ষণ হবে না ওরা মিটিং হলে আসবেন না। মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রী ওদের জন্য অপেক্ষা করছেন, উনি ওখানে আছেন। আমরা আসার 1.5 ঘন্টা মতন হয়ে গেছে, 5টার সময় থেকে তো এখনো ওরা ভিতরে মিটিং হলে ঢুকেনি। আমরা অনেকবার রিকোয়েস্ট করেছি, আমরা ওদেরকে সব তরফ বোঝানোর চেষ্টা করেছি যাতে একটা আলোচনার পথ যেটা খোলা হয়েছে এর মাধ্যমে আমরা যাতে রিজলভ করতে পারি, এই স্টেলমেট সিচুয়েশনকে যাতে আমরা দূর করতে পারি এবং ওদের যে দাবি দেওয়া আছে ভালো সিকিউর সেফ ওয়ার্কিং এনভায়রনমেন্ট তৈরি করা, মাননীয় সুপ্রিম কোর্টের যে নির্দেশ আছে সেই হিসাবে যে কাজ করার প্রয়োজন আছে, ওদের রেস্টরুম আছে, ওদের ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার ফ্যাসিলিটিস গুলো ক্রিয়েট করার আছে, ওয়াশরুমস করার আছে, সিসিটিভি করার আছে, ভালো লাইটিং অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট গুলো করার আছে, যাতে ওরা ভালো পরিবেশে কাজ করতে পারে। এর জন্য আমরা আগে থেকেই প্রস্তুতি নিয়েছি। আমরা ভেবেছিলাম আজকে আলোচনার মাধ্যমে আরো যদি ওদের কাছে কোনো সাজেশনস গুলো আসে, এটা আমরা আরো আলোচনা পরিপ্রেক্ষিতে আরো অ্যাকশন যে নেওয়ার প্রয়োজন আমরা নেব। কিন্তু এখন অবধি ওরা যেহেতু মিটিং হলে ভিতরে আসেনি, আমরা মিটিং এখন অবধি চালু করা যায়নি। আমরা অনুরোধ করবো যাতে ওরা ইমিডিয়েটলি মিটিং হলে আসুক এবং আলোচনায় অংশগ্রহণ করুক। আমি ডিজি স্যারকে বলবো কিছু বলার।
বলেছেন জিনিসটা হচ্ছে কোনো মিটিংয়ে, কোনো ফর্মাল মিটিং ডিসকাশনে নো ওয়্যার ইট ইজ ডান লাইভ। এটা লাইভ যেটা করা হয়, যেটা প্রেসকে সাকানকে দরকার, ইন কেস মিটিংয়ে কিছু নিষ্কর্ষ হতো ডেফিনেটলি ওটা লাইভ করা হয়। কিন্তু এটা ইনসিস্টেন্স অন লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং সিমস আনরিজনেবল টু মি। অ্যান্ড গভর্নমেন্টের জন্য ওরা 15 জন বলা হয়েছিল, 30 জন প্রথমে বললো, তারপরে 32, দ্যাটস নট অ্যান ইস্যু। বিকজ আমাদের একদম যেটা গতকালও বলা হয়েছিল সদিচ্ছা আছে, খোলা মনে আমরা আলোচনা করতে চাইছি। ইভেন এই আলোচনা কি ওরা কি চাইছে ওরা আমরা করতে পারি। অ্যান্ড তারপরেও আমরা আজকে চিফ সেক্রেটারি সাহেব আবার ইমেল দিলেন, ওনারা বললেন না এটা আমরা 30-15 জন বেশি চাইবো, আমরা তারাও করেছি। অনারেবল চিফ মিনিস্টার উনি 5টা দিকে এই জন্য অপেক্ষা করছি, ওরা আসবে বলবে। আমাদের থেকে যেটা আছে, we are committed to their safety and security. For everything what the goals are not different, but at the same time we must understand and respect the rule of the law. যেটা আছে আমরা গভর্নমেন্ট ইনভাইট করেছে সদিচ্ছা থেকে, পুরো খোলা মানে ওদের সাজেশন চাইছে, ওটা ওনারা দিলে স্বাস্থ্য পরিকাঠামো ডেফিনেটলি অনেকটা উন্নত।
सर स्ट्रीमिंग ओरा जो लाइव
जो है वो वेट कर रही है मुख्यमंत्री, और वो आपने 15 जन का बोला था, फिर भी वो 30 आए, आपने 30 को अलाउ भी कर दिया है। लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग को पर जो है दबाव दिया जा रहा है, लेकिन सरकार ने कह दिया कि लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग अलाउ नहीं होगा। अब इसके बाद क्या एक्शन लेगी सरकार अगर वो काम पर नहीं लौटते?
सर ওরা যদি লাইভ স্ট্রিমে অনড় থাকে আপনারা কি মানবেন? ওরা যদি লাইভ স্ট্রিমে লাইভ সম্প্রচারে যদি ওরা অনড় থাকে সেক্ষেত্রে কি আপনারা মানবেন ওদের দাবিটা?
চেষ্টা করেছি আমরা প্রোগ্রামে, ওখানে অনেক সিনিয়র অফিসার্সরা ওদের সঙ্গে কথা বলেছে, আমরাও ওদের সঙ্গে কথা বলেছি, ওদেরকে বোঝানোর চেষ্টা করা হয়েছে কি আপনারা আলোচনার টেবিলে আসুন। Live streaming or not live streaming is not important. Important is discussion. Through discussion only we can find solutions. और আজকের আলোচনার মাধ্যমে আমরা ভেবেছিলাম ওদের যে কনসার্নস গুলো আছে ওটা আমরা আমনে সামনে শুনবো এবং ওর সমাধান করবো। আমরা এখনো চাইছি কি ওরা এখন ভিতরে আসুক, মিটিং এর আলোচনা করুক, কিন্তু মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রী 1.5 ঘন্টা ধরে অপেক্ষায় করছেন। এখন একটা লিমিট আছে, তো আমরা আবার ওদেরকে আপিল করবো কি they should come in, have discussions, and only discussions and engagement is the solution to this impasse.
So you heard what the Chief Secretary said, making it very, very clear as far as the government point is concerned. It has been clear as where is the hitch and what is the hitch. That apart, I've just sent one video to Titash. Titash, play that video. It will give you a clear indication as what's really happening outside the Nabanna Sabhaghar. Interesting to note, the doctors who were standing all this while for the past 1 hour and more, they have now sat down. They have sat right outside Nabanna Sabhaghar. And what they have said, that unless the Chief Minister leaves the Secretariat, they will not be leaving. So that's the video as you see, and you see that in that video there are people, there are doctors who are sitting right next to the bus, and in that very bus the doctors had come down, and right next to that bus you see the doctors are now sitting on the floor. Now we have seen their sitting demonstration outside the Shwastha Bhavan. We have seen their city's demonstration near Benting Street while on the way to Lal Bazar. At this time, this is the Nabanna Sabhagar, the auditorium, and in that very auditorium, the meeting was expected to happen. Well, the meeting has not really started. The meeting is not happening, primarily because the doctors have demanded that their meeting be allowed to be shown live telecast. That their meeting telecast with the Chief Minister, that meeting. Alright, is the same speaking? Well, I believe the Chief Minister. Well, the Chief Minister would be speaking. Can you just see if that Chief Minister's statement is okay? The Chief Minister, please cut to Chief Minister live. Please cut to Chief Minister live. The Chief Minister is speaking. There is a live output. Sorry. Yeah, please take it live.
এই মিটিংটা কিন্তু আমরা চিঠি দিয়েছিলাম প্রথমেই, এবং ওনারা চিঠি সেই জন্যই কিন্তু মিটিংটা ব্যবস্থা করা হয়েছিল। আমার সাথে মিটিং এর চিফ সেক্রেটারি মনোজ পন্ত ছিলেন, হোম সেক্রেটারি নন্দিনী ছিলেন, আমার এমওএস চন্দ্রিমা ভট্টাচার্য ছিল এবং রাজীব কুমার ডিজি ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল পুলিশ ছিলেন। আমরা 2 ঘন্টা হয়ে যাবার পরেও দেখলাম কোনো রেসপন্স নেই, তারা আসছেন না। তারা কি বলেছেন প্রেসকে? তারা যেটা বলছেন, প্রথমে ঢোকার আগেই আমরা বলেছিলাম ওপেন মাইন্ড নিয়ে আসুন, কোনো ডিম্যান্ডস বা কোনো পার্টিকুলার ইস্যু নয়, আপনারা আলোচনা করুন যেটা আলোচনা করতে চান, কিন্তু খোলা মনে। আপনাদেরও কোনো দড়ির বাঁধন নেই, আমাদেরও নেই। হয়তো কথা বলতে বলতে 5টা নতুন কথা আসতে পারে, 5টা নতুন কথা সংযোজন হতে পারে, 5টা পুরনো কথা ওখান থেকে চলে যেতে পারে। কথা বললে তবে সমস্যা যদি থাকে সমাধান হয়। এর আগেও আমি 2 দিন, গতকাল এবং গত পরশু, হাইয়েস্ট অথরিটি মানে চিফ মিনিস্টার বোঝায় অফ দ্য স্টেট, আমরা 2 দিন অপেক্ষা করেছিলাম আরো 2 ঘন্টা করে। ভেবেছিলাম তারা আসবেন, হয়তো আসতে পারেননি। যাই হোক, ওরা ছোট, আমাদের কাজ হচ্ছে তাদের আবেগকে মর্যাদা দিয়ে তাদের ক্ষমা করে দেওয়া। আমরা ক্ষমা করে দিয়েছি। এবং আজকেও কিন্তু মনে রাখবেন, যখন তারা আমাদের চিঠি পাঠায়, চিঠি পাওয়ার পর আমাদের চিফ সেক্রেটারি একদম কারেক্টলি লিখেছিলেন যে ওপেন মিটিং ডেলিগেশন আসুক টু এনশিওর স্মুথ ফাংশনিং of the healthcare infrastructure in the state. The same cannot be in any manner contrary to the direction passed by the Honorable Supreme Court for resumption of work, as such direction bind the state. আপনারা জানেন অন্য সময় একবার আমি ওদের নিয়ে, ওরা যেটা বলছে ঠিকই বলছে, লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং করে দিয়েছিলাম, কিন্তু তখন আমাদের উপর সুপ্রিম কোর্টের হাতে কেস ছিল না, বা কেসটা সিবিআই এর কাছে ছিল না, সেটা অন্য ঘটনা ছিল। এখানে আমাদের মনে রাখতে হবে, আমরা রেকর্ডিং করবার সিস্টেম করেছিলাম, সেটা চিঠিতে লিখে দিয়েছিলাম যে মিটিংটা যখন হবে সবটাই রেকর্ডেড হবে, স্বচ্ছতা মানবার জন্য এবং sanctity of the proceedings, ensuring that all discussions are actually accurately documented. আমরা 3টে ভিডিও ক্যামেরা রেখে দিয়েছিলাম এবং তারা যদি চাইতো আমরা শেয়ার করতেও তখন পারতাম, সুপ্রিম কোর্টের পারমিশন নিয়ে। কিন্তু ভিডিওতে টোটালটাই রেকর্ডিং করার ব্যবস্থা হয়েছিল। ডাইরেক্ট সুপ্রিম কোর্ট যেটা লাইভ টেলিকাস্ট করতে পারে, আমরা পারি না। তার কারণ হচ্ছে ইট ইজ নট দ্য জুডিশিয়ারি। আর যখন একটা বিচারের ব্যবস্থা, হাইয়েস্ট সুপ্রিম কোর্ট, হাইয়েস্ট জুডিশিয়ারি, সেখানে কেস চলছে, কেস বিচারাধীন, এবং কেসটা সিবিআই দেখছেন, আপনারা জানেন তারা লাইভ করতে পারেন, কিন্তু মিডিয়া পর্যন্ত মিডিয়া ট্রায়াল করতে পারে না, সেফটি সিকিউরিটি এবং কেসের ব্যাপারে আলোচনা করতে পারে না। এমনি আলোচনা করতে পারে, কিন্তু যে ইনভেস্টিগেশন হচ্ছে, ইনভেস্টিগেশন সম্বন্ধে আলোচনা করতে পারে না। এটা বিচারের রায় আছে। যেহেতু কেসটা এখনো বিচারাধীন আছে এবং আগামী 17 তারিখে সিদ্ধান্ত নেওয়ার দিন আছে, তাই আমরা সুপ্রিম কোর্টের আদেশ মেনেই আমরা ভেতরে ভিডিও করবার ব্যবস্থা করেছিলাম, যাতে টোটালটাই প্রিজার্ভ থাকে। দরকার হলে আমরা এটা তাদেরও দিতে পারতাম, কোর্ট চাইলে কোর্টকেও দিতে পারতাম। আমরা ভেবেছিলাম যে আমরা 5:45-এর মধ্যে ডেলিগেটসদের আসতে বলেছিলাম, 4:45, যদিও তারা অনেকটা দেরি করে এসেছিলেন, তাতেও আমরা কিছু মাইন্ড করিনি, কারণ এটা ছোট বড়র মধ্যে ব্যাপার নয়, চেয়ারে চেয়ারে ব্যাপার নয়। আমি মনে করি মানুষকে কেয়ার করাটাই আমাদের বড় ব্যাপার। আমি আজকে প্রেস করতে গিয়ে প্রথমেই বলবো, আমি যেটা ঠিক করেছিলাম, নির্যাতিত তিলোত্তমার ব্যাপারে আমরা একটা শোক প্রস্তাব নিতাম। আজকে সীতারাম ইয়েচুরিও মারা গেছেন, সেখানেও আমরা একটা 1 মিনিট কন্ডোলেন্স করতে পারতাম। আমরা 2 ঘন্টা ওয়েট করার পর 2 ঘন্টা 5-10 মিনিট 3 দিন সমানে অপেক্ষা করছি। আমি জানি বাংলার মানুষের একটা আবেগ আছে, বাংলার মানুষের প্রথম থেকেই সহানুভূতি আছেন নির্যাতিতা বিচার পাক তার জন্য, তার পরিবার বিচার পাক তার জন্য, এবং আমি নিজেও মিছিল করেছি, আপনারা দেখেছেন। আমরা সবাই তাদের পরিবারের সাথে একমত, সিবিআই তাড়াতাড়ি বিচারটা করুক, এবং এক্ষেত্রে আমাদের কোনো দ্বিচারিতা নেই, এটা আমাদের হাতে নেই এখন। কেসটা এখন মাননীয় উচ্চ আদালতে আছে এবং সিবিআই ইনভেস্টিগেশন করছে বলে আমি সিবিআই সম্বন্ধেও কোনো কমেন্টসে যাব না। মনে রাখবেন, আজকে আমাদের আলোচনাটা ছিল বিশেষ করে ডেভেলপমেন্ট, ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচারাল ডেভেলপমেন্ট, সেফটি অ্যান্ড সিকিউরিটি অফ দ্য ডক্টর, যেটা কোর্ট আলোচনা করেছেন। কোর্টের যে আলোচনা আছে, সেই আলোচনার মধ্যেই আমাদের থাকতে হবে, তার কারণ তার উপরে আমরা উঠতে পারি না। যদি কারো বিরুদ্ধে কারো অভিযোগ থাকে, সিবিআই তো কেস করছে, তাদের কাছে তারা জানাতেই পারেন। কেস তো এখন ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল পুলিশের কাছে নেই। আর 2 হচ্ছে, টেলিকাস্টের ব্যাপারেও আমরা ওপেন মাইন্ড, কিন্তু আমাকে কতগুলো প্রসিডিওর মানতে হয় যখন ম্যাটারটা সাবজুডিস থাকে, বিচারাধীন থাকে। আমি যদি সবটাই টেলিকাস্ট করি সুপ্রিম কোর্টের কেস নিয়ে, কেউ যদি হট করে, কারণ বাইরে আমরা অনেকগুলো দেখেছি যেখানে সিজেকেও ক্রিটিসাইজ করা হয়েছে সুপ্রিম কোর্টে, হট করে যদি কেউ এই নিয়ে মন্তব্য করেন, তাহলে আমার কি দায়বদ্ধতা থাকবে না? না আমাদের সরকারি অফিসের যারা প্রধান অফিসারদের, তাদের দায়বদ্ধতা থাকবে না? সুতরাং আমরা এমন কিছু করতে চাইনি যাতে অচলাবস্থা দূর না হয়। আমরা সচল অবস্থা ফিরিয়ে দেওয়ার জন্য, এবং সেটা আমরা চিঠিতে লিখে দিয়েছিলাম যে লাইভ টেলিকাস্ট আমরা করতে পারবো না, কিন্তু টোটালটাই রেকর্ডিং করা হবে। আপনারা জানেন আমরা খোলা মন নিয়ে আলোচনা করতে চেয়েছিলাম, তারা তাদের মতো যে কোনো ইস্যু ঘরের ভেতর তুলতেই পারতেন, এবং তারপরে গিয়ে তারা প্রেসকে ব্রিফ করতেও পারতেন, এবং যদি মিটিংটা ফুটফুল হতো আমরা জয়েন্টলিও প্রেস করতে পারতাম, প্রেসকে ওখানে ডেকে নিয়ে। আমি তো নিজে ওই যেখানে মিটিং ছিল সেখান থেকে প্রেস করতে পারতাম আপনাদের, আমি তো করিনি। তার কারণ আমি যখন বলেছি যে আমরা কোর্টের অর্ডার মানব, তাই সভাঘর থেকে প্রেস করতে পারিনি, আমি আমার নিজের কনফারেন্স রুম থেকে এসে করছি। যেটা নবান্নের সিস্টেম আছে সেই সিস্টেম থেকে। আমরা ভেবেছিলাম খোলা হাওয়ায়, খোলা মেলা আলোচনায় আমার ছোট্ট ছোট্ট ভাই বোনেরা রাগারাগি না করে, জেদাজেদি না করে, দুচ্ছাই না করে ডাক্তারদের স্বার্থে এবং রোগীদের স্বার্থে মানবিকভাবে এই আলোচনা আমাদের সাথে করবেন। আমি এখনো বলছি, তারা যে 2 ঘন্টা আসেননি, আমি তাতেও কোনো অ্যাকশন নেব না তাদের বিরুদ্ধে, কারণ আমি মনে করি আমরা বড়, ছোটদের ক্ষমা করে দেওয়াই আমাদের চিরকাল নিয়ম। এটা সৌজন্য, এই সৌজন্যতা আমরা অবলম্বন করব। এবং তারা আমরা বলেছিলাম চিঠিতে যে আপনারা 15 জন আসবেন, সিএস লিখেছিলেন, তারপরেও তারা 34 জন এসছেন, তাও আমরা কাউকে আটকাইনি, আমরা সবাইকে অ্যালাউ করেছিলাম। কিন্তু তারা সভাঘরে ঢুকলেনই না। কেন ঢুকলেন না আমি জানি না, বাট যে কারণে তারা ঢুকলেন না সেই কারণটা তো তারা প্রেসকে ব্রিফ করতে পারতেন আফটার মিটিংও, যদি তাদের পছন্দ না হতো। কিন্তু আমাদের 2 ঘন্টা ধরে রেগুলার অপেক্ষা করি, 2 ঘন্টা 2.5 ঘন্টা, আমাদেরও তো কাজকর্ম আছে। আমি নিজে টেলিফোন পর্যন্ত ইউজ করিনি 2-2.5 ঘন্টা। যদি কোনো সিরিয়াস ইনসিডেন্ট হয়, আমি যেহেতু সবাইকে বলেছি এই ফোনে, এখানে ফোন আনবেন না, আমি নিজেও নিয়ে যাইনি। এবং আজকে আপনারা ভাবুন, যদি কোনো এমার্জেন্সি সিচুয়েশন হয়, আমার কাছে মেসেজ আসতে পারতো, চিফ সেক্রেটারির কাছে পারতো, ডিজির কাছে পারতো, হোম সেক্রেটারির কাছে পারতো। তা সত্ত্বেও আমরা ইভেন ওদের যাতে অসুবিধে না হয়, ওদের সাহায্য করার জন্য আমি হেলথ ডিপার্টমেন্টের, আমি আর চন্দ্রিমা ছাড়া আমি কাউকে এখানে ডাকিনি। আমার ডাকা উচিত ছিল অফিসারদের, তাও আমি ডাকিনি, যাতে তারা খোলামেলা আলোচনাটা করতে পারে। আমার আবেদন থাকবে, আমি 3 বার চেষ্টা করলাম, সুপ্রিম কোর্টও তাদের ভার্ডিক্ট দিয়েছেন এবং মানুষকে অলরেডি 27 জন মানুষ মারা গিয়েছেন এবং 7 লক্ষর ওপর মানুষ পরিষেবা পায়নি। 32 দিন হয়ে গেল, কাজ করছেন না জুনিয়র ডাক্তাররা এবং রেসিডেন্সিয়াল ডাক্তাররা অনেকেই। 1,500 সিরিয়াস কেস, এমার্জেন্সি কেস, যাদের হার্ট অ্যাটাক হয়েছে, হার্ট অপারেশন হবে, তারাই 32 দিন ধরে অপেক্ষা করছেন। কিডনিতে ক্যাথল্যাব চেঞ্জ করবার জন্য মারা গেছে একটি ছেলে রিসরার। মনে রাখবেন, যে কোনো মৃত্যু দুঃখজনক, যে কোনো মৃত্যু মর্মান্তিক, কিন্তু আমি শাক দিয়ে মাছ ঢাকার জন্য, এতগুলো মানুষের মৃত্যু করার জন্য, মৃত্যু হবার জন্য বিনা চিকিৎসায়, যে সরকার বামফ্রন্টের আমলে মাত্র 12টা মেডিকেল কলেজ ছিল, আজকে আমরা 35টা করেছি 11 বছরে। আমরা 43টা মাল্টি সুপার হসপিটাল করেছি। আমরা প্রত্যেকটা জেলায় জেলায় সাব ডিভিশন এইচডিইউ করেছি, এসএনসিইউ করেছি, ইনস্টিটিউশন ডেলিভারি, প্রেগনেন্ট মাদার পর্যন্ত মারা যাচ্ছে, সময় মতো বাচ্চা হতে পারছে না। গর্ভবতী মায়ের থেকে লজ্জা কি হতে পারে? আমরা এমনকি ট্রানজিট ক্যাম্প, ওয়েটিং হাট করে দিয়েছি, যেসব অঞ্চলগুলো দূরবর্তী অঞ্চল, জঙ্গল বা পাহাড় বা গঙ্গাসাগরের মতো অঞ্চল, সুন্দরবনের মতো অঞ্চল, আমাদের সিস্টেম করে দিয়েছিলাম যে আমাদের পেশেন্ট যারা গর্ভবতী মা, বাচ্চা হওয়ার কয়েকদিন আগে নিয়ে আসবে এবং যখনই বাচ্চা হওয়ার সময় আসবে তার পাশেই হসপিটাল, সেখানে নিয়ে যাবে। কারণ মায়ের গর্ভ যন্ত্রণা উঠলে তখন কিন্তু মা অপেক্ষা করতে পারে না, মা বাচ্চা দুজনের জীবন সংকট হয়ে যায়। কারো যদি হার্ট অ্যাটাক করে, সে কিন্তু অপেক্ষা করতে পারে না। কারণ আমরা বলি হার্ট অ্যাটাক, স্ট্রোক, এগুলো ধাক্কা মারলে মানুষের প্রাণ চলে যেতে পারে, এগুলো প্রাণঘাতী। যেটা হচ্ছে ক্যাথল্যাব যেগুলো চেঞ্জ করে কিডনি পেশেন্টদের ডায়ালিসিস হওয়ার পরে, চেঞ্জ না করার জন্য মারা গেছে পিজিতে। বিক্রম মারা গেছে আরজি করে তার অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়েছে, দুটো পা দিয়ে রক্তের বন্যা বইছে, কেউ মায়া করেননি, তাও কিছু বলিনি। কিন্তু বিক্রমের মায়ের বুকও তো কাঁদছে। রিস্টার মা বা উত্তর 24 পরগনার একটা ঘটনা আমি জানি, নিজের থেকে কিডনি দিয়েছেন ছেলেকে, কিডনি বাঁচানো, ছেলেকে বাঁচানোর জন্য, জীবন বাঁচানোর জন্য। ক্যাথল্যাব চেঞ্জ হয়নি বলেই, ক্যাথিটার কি বলে ওটাকে, ক্যাথিটার যেটা পাল্টায়, যেটা ক্যাথিটাল যেটা চেঞ্জ করে, তার কারণ হচ্ছে অপারেশনের পরে ওটা লাগানো হয় যখন একটা কিডনি ট্রান্সপ্লান্ট করা হয়। সেইটা পর্যন্ত, আগেরটা আমি ক্যাথল্যাব বলেছিলাম, আই উইথড্র দ্যাট ওয়ার্ড। ক্যাথিটাল যেটা চেঞ্জ করা হয় সেটা চেঞ্জ করা হয়নি, ফলে মারা গেছে। তাদের পরিবারগুলোর প্রতি কি আমরা একটু সহানুভূতি জানাবো না? আমরা আর একটা মোমবাতি জ্বালাবো না? আর একটা প্রদীপ জ্বালাবো না? আমরা দুঃখ প্রকাশ করব না? 27 জন ইতিমধ্যেই বিনা চিকিৎসায় মারা গেছেন। আর কত মানুষ যে চিকিৎসা না পেয়ে বাড়িতে মারা গেছেন সে তথ্য আমরা জোগাড় করার চেষ্টা করছি। আমার হৃদয় কাঁদছে সবার জন্য। ডাক্তারদের আমরা মনে করি তারা ভগবান, তারা মানুষকে জীবন দেবেন। মনে রাখবেন, কয়েকটা দপ্তর আছে যেগুলো এসেন্সিয়াল, তারা এমনকি ছুটি পর্যন্ত ক্যান্সেল করে ডিউটি করে ডিজাস্টার হলে। পুলিশ ডিপার্টমেন্ট, ওদের কোনো ছুটি নেই উৎসবগুলোতে বা কোনো বাড়ির দুর্যোগে। সেই রকম আছে কর্পোরেশন, সেরকম আছে হেলথ ডিপার্টমেন্ট, সেরকম আছে ফায়ার ব্রিগেড ডিপার্টমেন্ট। যেমন সাংবাদিক বন্ধুরা, আপনারা পুজোতে বড়জোর একদিন ছুটি পান, আপনারাও ছুটি পান না। ডে নাইট যখনই ডিউটি করতে বলে, এমার্জেন্সি সার্ভিস, আপনাদেরও ডিউটি করতে হয় অল্টারনেটিভ না থাকলে। এই অবস্থায় আমি এটুকু আশা করেছিলাম যে ছোটরা এসে আমাদের জানাবে তাদের মনের কথা, মনের ব্যথা, এবং তারা কাজে যোগদান করবে। সুপ্রিম কোর্ট টাইম দিয়ে দিয়েছিলেন। সুপ্রিম কোর্টের যে সময়টা ছিল সে সময় আমরা কেউ কিছু বলিনি। সুপ্রিম কোর্টের টাইম পেরিয়ে যাওয়ার পরে সুপ্রিম কোর্টের নির্দেশ ছিল স্টেট গভর্নমেন্ট এরপর যা করবে আমরা সেটাকে সমর্থন দেব। যতটুকু আমি জানি, যতটুকু দেখেছি সংবাদ মাধ্যমে। তারপরে কিন্তু আমরা ডেকেছি তাদের, 2 ঘন্টা অপেক্ষা করেছি, আসেনি। কালকেও বসেছিলাম, মিটিংটা সিএস ডেকেছিলেন, কিন্তু আমি বসেছিলাম যদি ওরা আসে আমি চলে যাব। আমি তো অনেক সময় স্পন্টেনাস চলে যাই। আর আমি মনে করি এটা আমি ওইভাবে দেখি না, অহংকার হিসেবে দেখি না, উদ্ধত্ত হিসেবে দেখি না। আমি দেখি এটা ভালোবাসা হিসেবে। চিরকাল বড়রা ছোটদের ভালোবাসে। আমি জানি অনেক সিনিয়র ডাক্তার কষ্ট করেও কাজ করছেন, তাদের সকলকে আমাদের অভিনন্দন রইল। বাংলার মানুষের আবেগের কাছে আমি বলবো, আমি ক্ষমা চাইছি আপনাদের কাছে। আপনারাও আশায় ছিলেন আজকে সমস্যাটা সমাধান হয়ে যাবে। আমি 2 ঘন্টা বসে আছি, আমি 3 দিন ধরে বসে আছি। আমি শুধু একা নই, আমার সাথে হাইয়েস্ট অফিসিয়ালরা, যাদের বিরুদ্ধে ওরা কমপ্লেন সারাক্ষণ করে বেড়াচ্ছেন, যদিও তারা জয়েন করেছে কেউ 1 মাস আগে, এবং যাদের দায়িত্ব সবচেয়ে কি পোস্টে, তাদের কাউকে আমি রাখিনি মিটিংয়ে, পাছে ওদের দুঃখ হয়। তা সত্ত্বেও মিটিং ডেকে মিটিংয়ে আসবে বলে নবান্নর গেট থেকেও যারা এলেন না, তাদের আমি আবার ক্ষমা করে দিলাম। তাদের কাছে আমার আবেদন থাকবে, আপনারা কাজে যোগদান করুন, আর্ত পেশেন্টদের বাঁচান, আর যেন কোনো মৃত্যু না হয় বাংলায়। আর আমি চিফ সেক্রেটারি, হোম সেক্রেটারি, ডিজি যারা আছেন তাদের বলে দেবো, যদি এরপরেও তারা বসতে চান আপনারা বসুন তাদের সাথে। আমার দিক থেকে আমি আমার সাধ্যমতো চেষ্টা করলাম। I tried my best to sit with the junior doctors. I spent 3 days for them, waiting and waiting that they should have come, they should have settled their problem. Even when they didn't accept the verdict of the Supreme Court, Instead of that also, I waited 3 days with my highest officials, including Chief Secretary, Home Secretary, DG, and my MOS. But I am sorry, I apologize to the people. I apologize to the people of this country and the world people who are supporting them. Please give your support. I don't have any problem. We want justice for Tilottama. We want justice for common people. We want justice for treatment for common people. We want that, as per Supreme Court instruction, they must join their duty. Though 3 days are over after the Supreme Court verdict, instead of that also we are not taking any disciplinary action, because sometimes we have to tolerate. It is their duty to tolerate sometimes. টলারেট করাটাও, ধৈর্য ধরাটাও একটা পরীক্ষা। অনেকটা ধৈর্য আমরা ধরেছি, এতদিন ধরে 32 দিন হয়ে গেছে, ধৈর্য ধরবো। কিন্তু আপনাদের আমি বলবো রিকোয়েস্ট করে আপনারা কাজে যোগ দিন, আমার এটুকু আহ্বান থাকবে। এবং আমি জানি তাদের মধ্যে অনেক গ্রুপ এসেছিলেন, অনেকে আলোচনা করতে আগ্রহী ছিলেন, কিন্তু দু তিনটে গ্রুপ বলবো না, 2-3 জন বাইরে থেকে ইনস্ট্রাকশন আসছিল এবং তারা সেসব আমাদের কাছে আছে, আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি, কারণ প্রেসই তো তুলছে, প্রেস তো পেছনে ছিল, তাদের কাছ থেকে পেয়েছি আমরা যেটুকু, যে তারা ইনস্ট্রাকশন দিচ্ছে নেগোশিয়েট করবে না, মিটিংয়ে যাবে না। আই এম সরি, আই অ্যাপোলোজাইজ টু দ্য পিপুল অফ মাই স্টেট অ্যান্ড আদার স্টেট। ইট নেভার হ্যাপেন্স এনিওয়্যার। ইউপিতে 6 মাস আগকার করে দিয়েছিল, র্যালি ব্যান করে দিয়েছিল এবং এমার্জেন্সি সমস্ত ডিউটি ব্যান করে দিয়েছিল স্ট্রাইক করবার। এই ফেব্রুয়ারি মাসে আমাদের হাতে এসমাও আছে, সবকিছু আছে, কিন্তু আমি করব না, কারণ আমি এমার্জেন্সি সাপোর্টার নই, আমি এসমার সাপোর্টার নই, আমি দানবিকতার সাপোর্টার নই, আমি একজন মানবিক মানুষ। আর আন্দোলনে আমার জন্ম হয়েছে, আমি আন্দোলনকে সম্মান দিতে জানি, কিন্তু দয়া করে আন্দোলন করলে সমস্যা যেমন হয় তার সমাধানও হয়। আমি 26 দিন সিঙ্গুর নিয়ে আন্দোলন করেছিলাম, বামপন্থ সরকারের একজন মন্ত্রীও আসেনি আমার সাথে কথা বলতে। আমি 14 দিন ধর্ণা করেছিলাম, সিঙ্গুরে আসেনি। কিন্তু আমরা প্রথম দিন থেকেই চেষ্টা করে যাচ্ছি, উই ট্রাইড আওয়ার বেস্ট। এরপরে আশা করি জনগণ আমাকে ক্ষমা করবেন আমার এই কটি কথা বলার জন্য। আমাদের নামে আমাকে অনেক অসম্মান করা হয়েছে, আমাদের সরকারকে, মামাটি মানুষের সরকারকে অনেক অসম্মান করা হয়েছে, অনেক অপমান করা হয়েছে, সোশ্যাল নেটওয়ার্কে অনেক ভুল বোঝাবুঝি হয়েছে, অনেক কুৎসা অপপ্রচার হয়েছে, যারা সাধারণ মানুষ জানতেন না যে এর মধ্যে একটা কালার আছে। মানুষ এসেছিলেন বিচার চাইতে তিলোত্তমার, কিন্তু আশা করি মানুষ বুঝতে পারছেন ওরা বিচার চায় না, ওরা চায় চেয়ার। আমি মানুষের স্বার্থে এমনকি নিজে পদত্যাগ করতেও রাজি আছি, আমার মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর পদ চাই না, কিন্তু আমি চাই মানুষ বিচার পাক, তিলোত্তমা বিচার পাক, আর সাধারণ মানুষ চিকিৎসা পাক। আর তা না হলে কিন্তু আপনাদেরও যেমন আন্দোলন আছে, পরিবারগুলো যদি আমাদের কাছে কৈফিয়ত চাই, আমাদেরও তো কৈফিয়ত দিতে হবে, আমরা তার জন্য তৈরি থাকবো। অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ, নমস্কার।
Well, yes, that was the press conference by the Chief Minister. We cut to it live and we showed it live. She did not take any question, but very significantly, she is saying that as far as waiting today is concerned, that wait for the Chief Minister's side is over. The Chief Minister has said that the DGP, Home Secretary, and others want to wait for the meeting. And after she leaves, if they still want to hold a meeting, she is absolutely open to that. Otherwise, she would be leaving. So that's one. Well, I'm just walking out of the State Secretariat. That apart, the Chief Minister, if you can just kindly play those full. The Chief Minister saying that she had been there waiting for almost 2 hours and expected that the Chief Minister, that they would be walking in, and the explanation is that because the matter is sub judice, they will, she cannot show the thing live. So in a way, trying to highlight that there are certain legal hurdles, and that's why they cannot really show it live. So yes, as far as the standoff is concerned, it seems like the deadlock would continue. And yes, it seems like the Chief Minister would be leaving. The Chief Minister would be leaving the State Secretariat. We have come out of the live frame because yeah, play with this visuals. We can't show the entry exit of the Secretariat for security concerns. So try and play with this visuals. Okay, get back to the point, get back to the auditorium, please. And if need be, also play the soundbite of the Chief Minister again. Play the soundbite of the Chief Minister once again. If need be, till I get to the point. The Chief Minister has given very, very important and interesting. She is saying that as far as her own self-resignation is concerned, PR 1914, like. As far as her own resignation is concerned, she won't mind. That's exactly what she is saying, and well, you can come back to me. I'm walking towards this spot. Titash, you can come back to me if you want. I'm walking towards this spot, and I believe the Chief Minister will be leaving shortly. So the Chief Minister would be leaving shortly. Will the doctors? All right, the Chief Minister has just left. Come to the visuals, please. Come to the visuals. Come to the visuals. There you see the Chief Minister has just left. There you see the convoy of the Chief Minister leaving. The convoy of the Chief Minister leaving. You see it, the convoy of the Chief Minister leaving. The Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, has just started from the State Secretariat. The meeting which was supposed to happen between the protesting doctors and the Chief Minister, well, it ends up inconclusive because the meeting never happened. We can't even say the meeting happened, the meeting never happened. And we are trying to get back to the spot. Let's see. So the meeting never happened between the Chief Minister and the protesting doctors, primarily because of the difference as far as telecast of the broadcast live is concerned. The doctors demanded that the meeting be live telecast, and the state had denied that. And the state had denied that because the state said this is a sub judice matter, and in order to have a discussion, certain secretaries from the health department were also not called, and it was done purposely. Let me just paraphrase what the Chief Minister said. I'm even ready to quit for the sake of justice for the common people, but they don't want justice, the chair. Exactly what the Chief Minister said. So we know, as a matter of fact, the slogan, Dabi Act, Dofa Act, Mukhyamantri Padotyak, essentially a slogan which is almost similar to what you have heard during the Bangladesh agitation, and that slogan in a way instantaneously had been the Bangladesh move, Bangladesh incident, and of course here what has unfolded after the Archicor incident. This as a slogan had been raised by several political parties. So Mamata Banerjee today making it very clear that she will not mind resigning, she is not here for the chair, but she is here to care for the people. She has urged upon the doctors to get back to duty once again, and the appeal is get back to the duty at the earliest, because there are people who have died. As far as the chief has given out this very statement that 27 people have died. 27 people have died, and that is a big number, and they are saying that if there is a call for justice for Tilottama as a valid call, and she supports it. Similarly, this call for justice for those who have suffered due to unavailability of medical support or medical treatment, even they deserve justice. So just to give you a quick update, I'm back at this spot right outside the auditorium. The Chief Minister has left. Whether the meeting would now happen between the bureaucrats and the protesting doctors. Again, we have to wait and see. But the standpoint, which had essentially been on the live telecast aspect, that in a way had broken apart, which was otherwise expected to happen today, almost after 35 days. Please understand, the brutal rape and murder happened on 9th of August. Today is 12th of September, so 35 days exactly. And in 35 days, as I said, as I began with, that there had been across the city, across the state, and today it seemed like the deadlock might just end. The deadlock, the stalemate might just end. And it was actually expected because the chief minister had called the meeting, and after series of communication doctors and the chief secretary, it almost came to a conclusion that today they would be coming. While the state had offered 12 to 15 people, the state chief minister Mamata Banerjee today categorically said that we had asked for 12 to 15 people, but they came 34 and we allowed all of them. The state is any of the secretaries from the health department, because she wanted to hear everything from the doctors in under no atmosphere of intimidation or threat, and that there could be a free conversation. If there is any allegation against anyone, that too can be discussed in this meeting. Her only concern is the meeting cannot be shown live. She is agreeing to record the entire meeting end to end, but the meeting cannot be shown live because there are certain aspects sub judice. She also highlighted a point that as far as the corruption cases are concerned, alleged corruption cases are concerned, as far as the case of rape and murder is concerned, all these investigations are now with CBI. Fact. So investigation as far as rape and murder of the 31-year-old PhD doctor is concerned, it is with CBI. Similarly, Shondeep Ghosh was arrested by CBI. 3 other associates of Shondeep Ghosh, total 4 in connection with alleged irregularities, malpractices and corruption pertaining to Archicor. So the chief minister said that in case you have got some specific allegations against anyone, then go give it to CBI. CBI is probing the matter, but to have to discuss it here in this meeting, and that too live, could lead to some other connotations, and that is avoidable. At this, she also tried harping the fact that she has not taken any disciplinary action, and towards the end, it very significantly, she also said she doesn't care for her chair, that she is willing to give up her chair, but she would care for the people, and she also apologized to the people. But is it all in folded hands? No. The very last line of this 30-minute long press conference, she clearly said that আমি আন্দোলন থেকে জন্ম হয়েছি, আন্দোলনকে সম্মান করি, which means the protest of the doctors she has absolute respect. But will that protest at this stage, how it has shaped up already, will that not be going unchecked? Will that be going unchecked? To which she had left an avenue open, and also open to interpretation of people, when she says that if people now come to us who have died because of lack of medical intervention and treatment, if they come to us seeking justice and ask for andolon, we have to see to it. She did not say that she will go into andolon as a counter to their protest. She has left it open and open to public interpretation. So unprecedented scene, I would say, unprecedented scene. Last time I was back, it was a scene around Nabanna, and minus those law violation programs. In my past 15 years, I have come across only once where some military vehicles were about to cross the toll plaza of this second Hooghly Bridge, also known as Bidyasagar Setu. There was some confusion, and Mamata Banerjee had then predicted it was, or alleged it was, a purported coup, and she had stayed put at Nabanna that night. And then she had stayed the entire night in Nabanna. I remember similar scene had unfolded as far as security bandobast is concerned, curiosity on media literally waiting at this very point is concerned, because when there are meetings, otherwise administrative meetings happening inside Nabanna Sabhaghar, this auditorium, media generally is not allowed to stand here. But that night, we all were allowed to stand here. Tonight is almost giving you a similar flair. As far as the adrenaline, the anticipation is concerned, the curiosity is concerned, the suspense is concerned, it is almost giving you a similar sense after so many years. We're right inside, and if I can just reverse my camera and give you a sense, okay, look here, the bandobast. This is the bandobast right outside the Shobhagor. You have come down, batch of media people have come down. That is Nabanna Shobhagor. If I lift my camera, you do see that bus. It is the same bus in which all the protesting doctors had come down. We were given to understand 30 as a number, but the state is claiming 34 doctors had come down and they were all allowed to go inside. So all the protesting are currently seated right next to the bus. Last time they said that they would be leaving. If the chief minister leaves, they would also be leaving. Now that the chief minister has left and everything stands inconclusive, will they also be leaving? Again, we have to wait and see. But at this juncture, this is not, the gates are still open. Whether there would be another call given to them, we're not really sure. But if you see that very gate, that is the gate, and okay, see that. That is the gate. All right, that is the gate. Let me see if I can zoom a bit. No, I don't have that scope. So that's the gate of Nabanna Shobhagor, and the gate is still open. The doctors are not visible on camera because they are on the other side of the bus, and they are still outside. They are literally seated on the, on the floor. So this is how it looks like outside Nabanna, and obviously it is to see on a regular basis. So always, as far as the suspense of the meeting is concerned, the meeting with the chief minister obviously not happening today. The chief minister said that she was open to the discussion, she was open to the meeting, but then the meeting is not happening today. She said that she had been waiting for the past about 2 to 3 hours every day, expecting that the doctors would come and the meeting would happen. Well, she has expressed a disappointment. There was also, a sense, I would say, a tonality of outreach, a tonality, I would say, because she had been maintaining that we are elders and we would forgive. It kind of gives you a sense that we are not trying to seek a very aggressive standpoint. This versus this. I think she is trying to communicate this message that this is where it has gone, state versus the doctors. And she is saying that as far as doctors are concerned, they are much younger to us, and that we should always respect them and we respect their movement. Maybe they are not understanding the situation, but they will understand the situation, and the doors for discussion is still open. Whether it would happen again, but at this juncture, we have to now wait and see what would be the next move from the protesting doctors. As far as the state chief minister is concerned, she waited for 2 hours, held a press conference, and then she has left. She is saying that I waited for 2 hours, wanted a free and fair discussion. That did not happen, called it unfortunate. And without using the word politics, she had tried insinuating that there are some factors working. She also appreciated that people initially, when they came out for the movement and supported it, it was more like a people's movement seeking justice. But then she also left it to the people, that people are possibly also getting a sense as what's going on. Again, leaving it to the people to analyze and interpret if she is suggesting that there is some element of politics working as a spoiler. Minded yesterday, Chandrima Bhattacharya, without mincing a word, had said there could be politics behind it. Today, the chief minister herself has not used that word politics. Titash, are excerpts of the chief minister's press conference ready? Because we have to survive till the doctors come out. We also have to hear what they are saying and what they want to say. So we will be come out and they give out their statement and what they decide. Will they go back to Shastri Bhavan? Will the agitation continue? Whether the standoff continue? Whether the protests continue? Or will they be calling it off? They would be going back. Not really sure as what would happen. But at this juncture, yes, obviously there is a lot of ambiguity. So it's better, in order to survive, we get to some of the sound bites and what the chief minister said, the critical excerpt, the English portion, the Bengali portion. We can kindly scoop out a bit and we can play. So as far as the meeting is concerned, was supposed to happen at 5 o'clock. 7 she waited. At 7 o'clock she held a press conference. for 2 hours. The Mamata Banerjee is saying that she waited for the doctors to come in. That did not happen. And obviously, after waiting for 2 hours, she is saying that she is now leaving the secretariat. The doctors had initially said they wanted the meeting to be live telecast. The meeting was not, the state has said it's a sub judice matter, so the meeting cannot be live telecast at this juncture. And also, Chief Minister highlighted point by point, as in fact multiple times, not once, that look what the Supreme Court has said. Even after the Supreme Court saying that get back to work by 5 p.m. Tuesday, for disciplinary action to be initiated if the Supreme Court observation is being violated, subject to the discretion of the state, she is saying that we have not taken any action even after 2 days. And she is not saying that she will be taking any action. But at this juncture, interestingly, it's very, very unclear as what the doctors would do. Will they go on? Will they issue a statement here? The Chief Minister is saying that there was no limitation for the doctors to come out and give out their version to the media. Media was waiting outside. Doctors could have gone inside, held a meeting, come out and said their point of view as what transpired. There was also it. What happened? Why did they not agree? Again, lot of confusion at this juncture, as because the doctors have not really given out their version, their statement. So you will wait for the doctor's statement to come and to be officially confirmed, so that we as what is happening. Okay, very interesting. Let's go to this visual. Very, very interesting. Okay, go to this visual and you see full frame all the police people who were there outside Nabanna Sabagor, and mostly entrusted with the Chief Minister's security. They have gone inside Nabanna Sabagor, and they have all gone inside. So I don't know whether it's if they're leaving the space because the Chief Minister is gone and the possibility of a meeting is now over. Not really sure, but the police people otherwise entrusted Minister Security particularly, and who had come out, who were around the protesting doctors as they have literally gone on a sitting outside Nabanna Sabagor and next to that bus. They have just changed their position. The door is not fully open. It was fully open, just a couple of partially open, and not really sure if this possibility of a meeting is there or getting thinner with every passing second. I can totally see the doctors are still seated over there. Let me see if I can go slightly that side and bend a bit to show the doctors. Okay, you can't see the doctors. They're still there on the other side, and I can see it with bare eyes. And of course, they are still seated. So the doctors have not really left that floor. Almost like a mark of protest. While I don't know whether they would call it a demonstration, but because you've seen similar scenes outside Shastra Bhavan in the past 24 to 48 hours, because you've also seen leading to on the road leading to Lal Bazaar when they were not allowed. And I do see the doctors are slowly getting up one after the other, all right? Those who were sitting outside, they have slowly gotten up, and well, let's not speculate. Let's not speculate. We will just to come out and issue an official statement. At this juncture, the official statement from the doctor's side is still lacking. From the state, it is clear. The state version has already come out, and the state has made it very clear that the Chief Minister wanted the meeting to happen, and the meeting hasn't happened, even though did not hold the doctors squarely responsible, but indeed insisted on a live telecast. Maybe this meeting could have happened in a much more conducive manner. It's essentially what they are suggesting. Now, there are certain things you spell it out, there are certain things you don't spell it out, but you make it very, very clear as what would be the obvious interpretation of that. So here, these words not really used, that I am holding the doctors responsible, but suggesting that the doctors should not have insisted on a live telecast, should have come down. It's in a way an indication that the meeting could not happen because of having a live telecast of this meeting firmly from the doctor's side. It kind of became this stumbling block in the meeting. The Chief Minister, in folded hands, had apologized to the people and said people of Bengal, people of other states who come down for treatment should forgive the state, because she wanted the stalemate to end, go back to the meeting. Well, that has not really happened, and she calls it absolutely unfortunate today once again. She has reiterated the appeal that doctors should go back to treating patients. She also made the analogy that doctors are almost like God and they treat people. So while this has been her side of it, the doctors to come out, officially give a statement as what is their point of view, how do they see things as things transpired, how will they counter the state's argument? The matter is sub judice, and that's the reason they didn't want a live telecast. Will they be able to counter or the state's argument that insisting on a live of the meeting had almost become a stumbling block of this meeting and the meeting did not happen? So obviously those are the factors that we will be highlighting, and we would be seeking answers from the protesting doctors. But the doctors have made it very, very clear that this is a people's movement, that they are also at the forefront of the people's movement while they are seeking justice, seeking a safer environment at workplace and primarily at hospitals, seeking more secured an environment. They have also made certain specific allegations about couple of officials holding position inside the head of the state. For example, the principal secretary health, Narayan Nigam. The protesting doctors have demanded he should resign. He should resign for the kind of state of affairs existing in medical colleges and hospitals. Somebody has to take accountability. He should resign. The protesting doctors are also demanded, apart from justice for Tilottama, they have said that the police commissioner Vinit Goyal also has to resign. Uh, Action has to be initiated against DC North and DC. There is another senior police officer. I don't want to be going wrong. Let me just see. I have it handy. DC North and okay, they also demanded disciplinary action against DC North and DC Central, two police officers, and there had been all these exchanges of letters between both the sides. And eventually, after the exchange communication today, the doctors had come down, and it almost was like certain the meeting would happen, but it did not happen. Dramatic turn of events, unprecedented scene, dramatic turn of events, and I'm using these words very consciously. I do not generally use such words to in a way sensationalize. Not attempting to do it again, but then this is no less than a dramatic turn of events. The doctors have come from Salt Lake, have traveled more than 30 minutes to reach here. They came down in that very bus. They entered into Shobhagad, and they did not enter inside the auditorium. So I call it dramatic. It is unprecedented where the chief minister is waiting inside the auditorium for the doctors to come in for a meeting, and the protesting doctors are waiting outside the same auditorium for their conditionalities to be fulfilled so that they can walk in for the meeting. So the auditorium, I would say, is a test, along with all of us, of what really transpired today. Chief Minister and the government officials inside, protesting doctors outside. When we say एक inch का फासला, maybe today the fasla between the protesting doctors and the chief minister, the gate of the auditorium. They just did not take it because they wanted the meeting to be live telecast because of transparency. They had said that the chief minister and in the state of West Bengal there is a culture of administrative meetings happening live and meeting too to be broadcast live. But then the state government said the sanctity of the meeting would be compromised. Number one. Number two, there are certain issues which are sub judice. If the Supreme Court can live telecast, the Supreme Court is supreme, the government cannot. It would be tantamount of violation, and they do not want to happen. She also said doing it live would also open up an avenue of social media trial and media trial. At this juncture, this is not solicited. While adding that if you have got some specific complaint, you can go and give it to the CBI, because CBI, apart from the issue of, is also probing the case of alleged corruption. So Shondeep Ghosh has been arrested by CBI. There are others who have been arrested. Other three associates of Shondeep Ghosh have been arrested by CBI. So if CBI is investigating the matter, in fact today ED in connection with the corruption cases had also made multiple. So So if the central agencies are involved and if you have got some specific import, allegation, go give it to the central agencies, let them probe. But as far as this meeting is concerned, the officials against who you have your allegations principally, they have not been allowed to be part of this meeting. Ideally, they should have been, according to the Chief Minister. Not called in for the meeting because they wanted that, that environment where they do not feel burdened by any kind of intimidation, or if intimidation is a wrong word, a non-conducive atmosphere where see, okay, be with the visuals and cut to it frame. I do see movement. I do see movement. The doctors have all gotten up. The doctors have all gotten up, and probably they would be coming out. Or they would be issuing a statement. If not here, most definitely in Salt Lake, they will be issuing a statement. But as far as doctors are concerned, who were all, you see, they have all gotten up and they are now standing, and they're all standing next to the bus. They're all standing next to the bus, and see that all they're standing next to the bus. Titash, are you there? Titash, be on the frame. I'm showing these visuals. You can also, read these visuals in case there is a bandwidth issue. Be on the frame, please. So this is how I've put my stand pretty high. So please define as what you see. I do see the doctors have stood up. That's now walking towards the bus. Is that so, Titash?
You can see at the moment they were seated a while back and now
Well,
they have stood up.
I
they have they have stood up now, and they
well,
are kind of, as from what I can see is they are moving from they were sitting behind the bus. From there they are trying to come towards the front, and there is movement. The doctors are moving. They were a while back they were all seated outside the Nabanna Sabhagor after the meeting did not happen with the chief minister, and the chief minister subsequently held a press conference. But the doctors were seated over there, and for now we can see that the doctors, they are trying to move. They are moving from their place, and yeah. So we can see they're coming ahead. The
well, the
doctors are
doctors
coming
are now
ahead
coming out.
towards the battery of media that is present in front of the Nabanna Sabhagor, and I think they would probably be issuing a statement. We will have to wait and see what they say, if the meeting, if their siege work is going to continue, or if they're going to go back to Shastro Bhavan and finally then issue a statement.
No, I believe they would be holding a press conference here.
Okay. So the doctors are going to be
They would
holding a
be
press
holding a
conference
press
over here.
conference here. They would be holding a press conference here, and let me see if I can. Please, नहीं आ रहा है? Can you see Can you see them?
Yeah, I can see the doctors. The doctors are standing over there, and they are issuing a statement to the press at the moment. And we are trying to find out what they are saying to the doctors. We are trying to find out what they are saying to the doctors, and what the doctors are saying out to the media, and what they are going to do, what their future course of action is after the meeting that was supposed to be held with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has, kind of.
Well,
They're seeing from other sources, and we will know for sure what they're saying in a while. Okay, so the doctors are now currently issuing a statement to the media, who were also waited in front of the Nabanna Sabhagor, and the meeting was supposed to be held with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. This comes after the doctors had taken out a rally to Shastro Bhavan 2 days back, and they were seated in front of Shastro Bhavan and were carrying out a sit-in protest in front of the Shastro Bhavan. And they had said that they would continue with their protest as long as their demands are not met. Now, what their demands essentially are, they include a safe and conducive working environment amongst the others. Now, today they had come out to meet with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. And for all this while we saw that while the doctors were seated outside, the doctors were seated outside in
it is nearly impossible to kind of and I believe they hold a press conference. Let me just see. We will be waiting here. We can't really help it because terrible situation there. Terrible situation out there, and obviously we are just waiting. We are just waiting for them to come this side a bit and then talk. So yes, we're waiting for the doctors to come a bit this side and let's see if they come. Just call them. আরে ওদেরকে ভাই একবার নামে আমি ডাকি তারপর তুমি চলে এসো আমি জায়গা দিয়ে দেবো তিতাস take it from here, take it from here.
দুজনকেও আসো না, দুজনকেও আসো, আমরা লাইভে আছে, লাইভে। So Tamal, essentially from what we have gathered from what the junior doctors are saying currently, the junior doctors said that, the chief minister said that my little brothers and sisters, like the junior doctors, they have come for the meeting, but the meeting unfortunately was not held. So the junior doctors here have said that, they are also deeply disheartened that the meeting wasn't held. And they said that, they wanted the meeting to be telecasted, live telecasted. They have said that the chief minister said that, she would have maintained 2 minutes of silence for the life lost, the life that was so brutally cut short. The junior doctors here say that, they have done that in several places all across the state in so many days. So that, at the moment we are losing connection from what the junior doctors are saying, but then the junior doctors are here saying that they too are quite disheartened that the meeting did not happen, and they too had come with an open mind to hold a discussion with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. Again, the main point of discussion would have been a more conducive work environment at the government-run medical colleges and hospitals. Exactly. So we are now listening to what they're trying to say. Achha. So they said that, the junior doctor said that while we were waiting, we got to know that West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is holding a press conference, and we did not know that she was holding a press conference, and they too found out from other media reports and from social media that the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is simultaneously holding a press conference inside Nabanna. So they said they also followed the press conference, and okay. Okay, so the junior doctor said that, they have been on the roads for the last 34 days. They are willing to do so for the days coming ahead. They could do it for 34, 5, 36 days. That is not an issue, and they are certain that, this impasse will only be broken. This logjam would only be broken through dialogue and discussion, and they are hopeful that dialogue and discussion could be held in future. But then they say that their demands must be met, which essentially entails, which is the live streaming of the meeting between the junior doctors and the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. The doctors keep maintaining that we had informed the government authorities. We had maintained that, we want a live streaming. And even before we came for the meeting with the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, we had mentioned in our email that we would want a live streaming of the entire meeting to ensure transparency, so that so many other people in Bengal who are also waiting to see what comes out of this meeting, or if this logjam is broken.
Just to confirm you, all right, hear me out. The doctors would be coming this side. If my audio is audible on the screen, the doctors would be coming this side. So please be on standby and please watch this monitor, this particular frame. They will be coming this side and issue a statement for the second time. They're done with the first press conference on the other side. In order to manage the crowd and the media battery, they are trying to distribute themselves. The first installment of press conference is on, and I've got zero idea what they are saying. Zero idea. It's not audible at all. So once they come here, please maintain the frame and please do it. Okay, they are coming this side. Cut to it frame. Cut to it full frame. They're coming. Please come this side. All right. All right. So what happened in the meeting? What is this? Just hold this.
Leaving Nabanna and coming back to Shastra, which is the health secretary leading of the state, and they said from there they would be, giving out a press briefing, and they are currently. So they are currently said that they would be leaving this place. They would be leaving Nabanna and going back to Salt Lake in front of Shastra Bhavan, where the other protesting doctors are waiting for them. And they said that once they reach the protest site, where all
সচিবকে যে আমরা মেল করেছিলাম তাতে জানিয়েছিলাম যে আমাদের নির্দিষ্ট সংখ্যার ডেলিগেশন টিম এবং লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং এই দুটি বক্তব্য আমরা রেখেছি, মাধ্যমে যেন আমরা আজকে সুষ্ঠুভাবে আলোচনার মাধ্যমে কোনো সমাধান সূত্র খুঁজে পাই। আমরা এই দাবি নিয়ে যখন আজকে আমরা এখানে কথা বলতে আসি, তখন নামার পর আমরা যখন প্রত্যেকে প্রস্তুতি শুরু করছিলাম, এখানে কিছু যেটা মুখ্যমন্ত্রীও নিজের থেকে বলেছেন, নিজের সাংবাদিক সম্মেলন থেকে বলেছেন যে টেকনিক্যাল প্রস্তুতিগুলো উনি যেরকম নিচ্ছিলেন আমরাও সেগুলোর প্রস্তুতি নিচ্ছিলাম। ফোনগুলি জমা করা এগুলো যখন করছিলাম, তখন আমরা সিনিয়র অফিসিয়াল এখানে যারা প্রেজেন্ট ছিলেন তাদের কাছে জিজ্ঞেস করি যে আমরা যে দাবি করেছিলাম, আমরা যে বক্তব্য রেখেছিলাম, যেটা খুবই ন্যায্য দাবি, যে পুরোটা লাইভ স্ট্রিমিংয়ের মাধ্যমে যেন রাজ্যের প্রতিটি মানুষ দেখতে পান, সেটা যখন আমরা জানি তখন ওনারা জানান যে এটা করা সম্ভব নয়। তখন আমরা জানতে চাই যে কি জটিলতা এর মধ্যে আছে, তার মধ্যে কি কোনো টেকনিক্যাল জটিলতা আছে নাকি কোনো প্রশাসনিক জটিলতা আছে। ওনারা কোনো সুস্পষ্ট উত্তর আমাদেরকে দেননি। তো আমরা সেখানে আমরা ঠিক করি যে আমরা অপেক্ষা করব, কারণ আমরা ভরসা রেখেছিলাম যে কোনো প্রশাসনিক জটিলতা থেকে আটকে যাবে এরকম আমরা ভাবিনি। আমরা ভেবেছিলাম যে ওটা নিশ্চয়ই সম্ভবপর হবে, কারণ আমরা রাজ্যের সর্বোচ্চ অফিসে এসেছি, সেখানে এই জিনিসগুলো যে অ্যারেঞ্জ করে ফেলা সম্ভব হবে এই ভরসা আমাদের ছিল। তার জন্য আমরা অপেক্ষা করছিলাম। এরকম সময় আমরা দেখলাম যে আমরা খবর পেলাম যে মুখ্যমন্ত্রী একটি ইয়ে করছেন, প্রেস দিচ্ছেন। আমরা সেটি ওখান থেকে শুনি এবং শুনে আমরা যেটা যে উনি বারবার করে আবেদন জানিয়েছেন এবং বলেছেন যে জুনিয়র ডাক্তাররা তার কাছে ভাই বোনের মতো। আমরাও সেই ভাই বোনের মতো জায়গা থেকেই ওনাকে বলতে চাই যে আমরা কিন্তু আজকে কোনো দাবি করি, আমরা আজকে দাবিটা করেছিলাম সেটা ডাক্তারদের আন্দোলনের কোনো স্বার্থ নেই। এই স্বার্থ যদি কোনো স্বার্থ লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং এর এই যে আবেদন, এই আবেদনের মধ্যে কোনো স্বার্থ নেই। আমরা অত্যন্ত দুঃখের সঙ্গে এটা যে আন্দোলন মঞ্চে আজকে দুদিন আগে এসে জানিয়ে গেছেন যে তোমাদের উপর আশীর্বাদ রইল।
Okay. So the protesting junior doctors here have said that, you know, there have been multiple occasions where the chief minister herself and others of her cabinet or the bureaucrats have, you know, issued statements about this and this matter which is sub judice. And if they could issue statements on a matter which is sub judice, why can't this meeting, which was supposed to be held with the between the junior doctors and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, be live telecasted or live broadcasted?
আধিকারিকের কথা বলেছি, তাদের বিরুদ্ধে অভিযোগগুলো খালি আমাদের নয়, অপামর পশ্চিমবঙ্গের সমস্ত সাধারণ মানুষের, তাদের সবার এই অভিযোগ আছে। সেই জায়গায় দাঁড়িয়ে তারা যদি এখনো প্রশাসনিক কাজ চালিয়ে যান তাহলে অভয়ার সুবিচার কি করে নিশ্চিত হবে? আমরা এই জায়গায় সেই দাবিগুলি নিয়ে এসেছিলাম, তার সাথে ডাক্তারদের সেফটি সিকিউরিটি। আজকে একজন
she said that, you know, if need be, she would resign for the sake of the people. And she said that, you know, she wants to hold a dialogue with the junior doctors who are present over here. And she wants to, you know, resolve the issue, this whole impasse which has happened between the junior doctors and the government over here, government of West Bengal. And they want to break this deadlock or this logjam and move ahead and ensure that these doctors go back to their duties, as the common people who are coming to these government-run medical colleges and hospitals for treatment are being denied of the treatment or are not getting the treatment that is expected out of such government-run hospitals. So they said, Mamata Banerjee said that they are at the receiving end of the cease work, and she wants to ensure an environment which is conducive for the patients as well. She requested the doctors to go back to their duties and said that, you know, we can get back, if the doctors want, they can hold a meeting with the bureaucrats. If they want, we can have another meeting, but then we want the doctors to go back to their duties. Now the protesting doctors over here, they have said that, you know, after the meeting got over, they said that they were not aware of a press conference which was held by West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. They too from news channels and social media found out that the West Bengal Chief Minister is giving out a press conference, and from there they got to know that Mamata Banerjee has said that, you know, they are waiting, we wanted to have a discussion, and I had asked them to come with an open mind. So the protesting doctors, they said that they too had come to Nabanna, come to the State Secretariat building to have a conversation, to have a meeting with the West Bengal Chief Minister with an open mind. But then they said that their demand, which was the meeting be live streamed, the meeting be live broadcasted, is the only demand that they were rallying around. Now, the government on one hand has said that while the government had requested that a delegation of not more than 15 people should be coming in for the meeting with the Chief Minister, the Chief Minister mentioned that almost 34 people had come, 34 protesting doctors had come for the meeting. Now, the Chief Minister had mentioned that the government had allowed that as well. Space was created for 34 people to be a part of this meeting. But then she said that, you know, meetings or formal meetings of this stature are usually not live streamed, especially because this matter is sub judice. The matter is sub judice, and therefore it cannot be live streamed. As you know, there could be instances where crucial details of this particular meeting could divulge details pertaining to the case. So she said that she is ready to hold the meeting. She was ready to hold the meeting. She waited for over an hour, and she said that, video recording from both sides was allowed. Video recording from both sides were allowed, and she said that video recording for documentation was allowed, but live streaming wasn't. Now, the junior doctors, after the West Bengal chief minister left, they said that, if Mamata Banerjee or the bureaucrats or leaders from her cabinet could issue statements publicly at various occasions after the incident happened, of a matter which is sub judice, so could their meeting be live streamed. Now, the protesting doctors have said that, they have been protesting for the last 34 days. And if they are to stay on the roads for a couple of more days, they do not mind. They say that the sit-in demonstration is going to continue, their cease work is going to continue. And they also believe that this impasse can only be broken, this deadlock can only be broken, this logjam can only be broken through dialogue and discussion. And this dialogue and discussion is going to happen. They said if not today, some other day, but they are going to have this discussion. But for now, the junior doctors, they're returning back to their protest site, which is in Salt Lake in front of the Shastro Bhavan, where they have been holding sit-in demonstrations over the last 2 days, since their Shastro Bhavan Obhijan. Since they, I will ask my producers to cut the feed coming from Nabanna, because questions are being asked at the moment, and to see if, we can get through. In the meantime, the protesting doctors, they are headed back. They are going back towards their the Shastro Bhavan sit-in, where the other doctors are waiting. Now, the other doctors who were also waiting during this whole period, where the chief minister was inside the hall, the doctors were sitting outside, the other protesting doctors at Salt Lake in front of Shastro Bhavan, they said that, their demand was the meeting be live streamed, so that them, along with the other people of Bengal who had with bated breath waited for so long, had waited for so long to see what comes out of this meeting, if this logjam can be broken. So now we have to wait and watch what happens, because the protesting doctors have clearly maintained that their cease work is going to continue, their protests are going to continue, and their sit-in demonstration is also going to continue. For now, they are going back to Shastro Bhavan, where the sit-in protest is happening. And from there, they said that they are going to issue a joint press statement where they are going to outline the course of their action, the course of what lies ahead of this particular movement. Just to give a breather, just to give a recapitulation of what has happened and what this transpired out of. So the protesting doctors of the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front had held a Shastro Bhavan Obhijan, which is a march to the State Health Secretariat, where they had presented a few demands. Now, these demands include a safe and conducive work environment for the doctors at government medical facilities. So, after they reached Shastro Bhavan, they were stopped by the police ahead of the Shastro Bhavan. And since then, they had been camping in front of the Shastro Bhavan, and they had said that their sit-in protest is going to continue as long as their demands are not met. After they said that as long as their demands are not met, an email was sent to them from the government, from the West Bengal government, where it was mentioned that a senior official would meet them, and a delegation of 12 to 15 people, 12 to 15 people can be allowed to go and have a dialogue with a representative. Now, the doctors did not respond, and the doctors responded later via an email, where they stated, they outlined their 5 demands, and they said that, we will meet the chief minister. We did not know that the chief minister was waiting. These are our 5 demands. The demands included the resignation of Kolkata Police Commissioner Vineet Goyal, and they said that, we are waiting for this, and a delegation of not less than 30 protesting doctors would go for the meeting with the West Bengal Chief Minister, because they say that this West Bengal Junior Doctors Front comprises of representatives from medical colleges all across the state of West Bengal. Therefore, accommodating only 12 to 15 people is not possible for them. And since the very first day, they had maintained that this particular meeting between the authorities and the protesting junior doctors be live streamed. Cut to the second letter, which was sent from the government to the protesting doctors stated that, not more than 15 people, a delegation of 15 people would be allowed. The West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee would be present for the meeting, and the meeting will not be live streamed but recorded. Then again, the protesting doctors said that, we are not going to relent, and a delegation team of as many as 30 doctors would be there, and we will also want the meeting to be live streamed. For the third time in the last 48 hours, another attempt to break this impasse, an olive branch was extended from the side of the state government. The state government sent a third email. The third email said that, we are ready to hold a meeting, and the meeting will comprise of a delegation consisting of not more than 15 people, and the meeting at any cost will not be live streamed. The meeting will be recorded from both sides to keep record and to maintain transparency. Now, the doctors on their side said, okay, fine, we are coming for the meeting, but 30 people, we want a delegation of 30 people to be present at the meeting, be present and meet West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, and we want the meeting to be live streamed. After the doctors reached Nabanna, they raised slogans of "We want justice," and they were on their way to go meet the West Bengal Chief Minister. Now, Mamata Banerjee in a press conference mentioned that although a delegation of 15 people were allowed, the doctors had come with a delegation of 34 people, which the state allowed, and said, okay, fine, we will have a meeting with everyone present. But then the doctors did not relent. They said as long as the meeting is not live streamed, they will not go and have a discussion with the West Bengal Chief Minister. And they sat down in front of Nabanna Sabhagor, and they did not go and meet the Chief Minister. That is what the Chief Minister has said. While the doctors were protesting outside, West Bengal Governor C.V. Anand Bose said that he is sorry, he is saddened by the situation or the condition which has happened. And, he has said that henceforth he is going to socially boycott the Chief Minister, and said that he is deeply saddened. Here's what West Bengal Governor C.V. Anand Bose said in this regard.
I have been loaded with questions and representations from various sections of public on what action the governor is proposing to take to end the present crisis in Bengal. I stand committed to the Constitution of India. I stand committed to the people of Bengal. I reiterate my commitment to the parents of the victim of the RD outrage, and also the public who is demonstrating for justice. In my assessment and in the assessment of the society of Bengal, the government has failed in its duties in assuaging the sentiments of the parents and the society. The Home Minister has failed in her responsibility to maintain law and order and ensure that there is rule of law in the state. The Health Minister miserably failed in containing the liquidation of the medical system in the state. It is an irony that the Health Minister happens to be the Home Minister. The Home Minister happens to be the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister is protesting instead of protecting. Who is the Lady Macbeth of Bengal? Of Shakespeare's Lady Macbeth, it is said, all the perfumes of Arabia cannot sweeten this little hand. Of the Lady Macbeth of Bengal, all the waters of Hooghly cannot cleanse this tainted hand. There is violence in the street. There is violence in the home. There is violence in the campus. There is violence in the hospital. There is violence in the villages. There is violence in the cities. Violence, violence everywhere. And people are silenced. Silent majority is a part of democracy, not silenced majority. Not silenced majority. Remember, silence is violence. People are asking, who is here to guard the guardians and custode the custodians? The buck should end somewhere. Where will the buck end? Now, this being the complex and confusing situation here, what is the way open for us? Till justice is given to the people of Bengal, till action is taken to arrest the culprits, till people are convinced that justice has been done. I, as governor, cannot wait. Therefore, in solidarity with the Bengal society, I resolve that I will socially boycott the Chief Minister. I will socially boycott the Chief Minister. Socially boycott means I will not be sharing any public platform with the Chief Minister, nor will I participate in any public program which involves the Chief Minister. My role as governor will be confined to the constitutional obligations which I have discharged in respect of the Chief Minister. Nothing more, nothing less. Last but not least, I am deeply pained that serious allegations of a criminal nature has been leveled against the highest officer who is supposed to prevent crime in Kolkata. That is the Kolkata Police Commissioner. The parents of the dear departed have already said that they have written not only to the governor but also to the Chief Minister about the suspicious activities of the Commissioner of Police on the scene of crime, which leads them to believe that he was actively conniving in erasing the evidence. This is their opinion about the Commissioner. And this particular offence officer, because he is tainted, was not invited to Raj Bhavan on the ceremonial occasion of the Independence Day. The Police Commissioner Calcutta was not invited to Raj Bhavan on Independence Day. But he gate-crashed, which, according to legal experts, is criminal in nature. Criminal in nature. There was popular demand to take action against him for his alleged complicity in the RG car crime. This was also brought to the notice of the Chief Minister with directions to be placed before the Council of Ministers, but no action has been taken in this regard. No action. Now, criminal action needs to be initiated against the Commissioner of Police as the law demands. Who is playing Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
Okay. So
people
this is
know.
what West Bengal Governor C.V. Anand Bose said. So Mamata Banerjee today in the press conference that she held after the meeting did not happen, she mentioned that, if a situation arises, if circumstances are such, she does not mind resigning for the welfare of the people, and she does not mind resigning if this would so that is what Mamata Banerjee said. Mamata Banerjee said that it would only be held if that the discussion with the junior doctors did not happen because of the live streaming issue, and she said she does not mind resigning if it happens for the welfare of the state, it happens for the welfare of the people. And she also urged the protesting doctors to get back to their duties as soon as possible. Here's what West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said.
আশা করি মানুষ বুঝতে পারছেন ওরা বিচার চায় না, ওরা চায় চেয়ার। আমি মানুষের স্বার্থে এমনকি নিজে পদত্যাগ করতেও রাজি আছি। আমার মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর পদ চাই না, কিন্তু আমি চাই মানুষ বিচার পাক, তিলোত্তমা বিচার পাক, আর সাধারণ মানুষ চিকিৎসা পাক। আর তা না হলে কিন্তু আপনাদেরও যেমন আন্দোলন আছে, পরিবারগুলো যদি আমাদের কাছে কৈফিয়ত চাই, আমাদেরও তো কৈফিয়ত দিতে হবে। আমরা তার জন্য তৈরি থাকব।
West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said, as she said, that she does not mind resigning if it is for the welfare of the people, and she also requested the protesting doctors to get back to work as soon as possible. She mentioned that the poor people or the common people who are coming for treatment at these government-run medical colleges and hospitals across the state are the ones who are bearing the brunt of this cease work. And in the meantime, several people have lost their lives, and people have complained that they are not getting the treatment that they had come to the hospital for. And therefore Mamata Banerjee mentioned and urged the doctors to get back to their work and resume their duties as soon as possible. She said that although the Supreme Court had mentioned that by September 10th, 5 p.m., the doctors must get back to their work and resume their duties, ending their cease work, she said that although the doctors have not gone back, no steps would be taken against them. And she understands, she said that the protesting doctors are like brothers and sisters to her, and she understands that their demand, their pain, their agony, as she mentioned, that she also feels sad, and she also demands justice for a life that was so brutally cut short by the heinous act of rape and murder. And she mentioned that mentioned that she had also taken out a rally demanding justice for the life cut short, but then she said life does not stop and people are getting hampered. There are that direct and tangible consequences of their seized work which is coming to the fore, which is palpable with each passing minute, and therefore the doctors must as soon as possible get back to their duties, get back to their duties, resume their work, and she requested the doctors. The doctors, on the other hand, stated that their protests are going to continue for now, and the future course of their protest movement would only be determined after they get back to their protest site or their sit-in demonstration site, which is currently in front of Shastro Bhavan in Salt Lake, that they would unifiedly be able to issue a press statement and that outlines the further course of their movement. But having said that, the doctors today, they came down at around 5:30 p.m. in front of Nabanna Sabhaghar, where they were expected to meet Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, and they waited for almost an hour. After an hour, the meeting did not happen. Mamata Banerjee said that the doctors did not relent, and they were hell-bent upon their demand, which is live streaming of the particular event, and as long as the event was not live streamed, they would not go for the meeting. But then the state, on the other hand, said, as the matter is sub judice, they said that the meeting would be recorded from both sides and kept as a document in future. But for now, live streaming as a request would not be entertained. Mamata Banerjee also said that she would resign from her post, and she would if needed, and she said that she requested the doctors to get back to work once again. So, there are visuals that came to the fore, that the doctors came down the bus and they were raising slogans of "We want justice." Mamata Banerjee said that she empathizes with their demands, and she also mentioned that she too wants justice for the 31-year-old PGT doctor who was brutally raped and murdered during the wee hours of August 9th. For now, the doctors the protesting junior doctors of West Bengal Junior Doctors Front have left Nabanna. They have planned to top the bus. They have left Nabanna, and they have gone back to, are en route back to their protest site in Shastro Bhavan, and from where they would issue a joint statement, and the further course of their movement will be given out. But for now, what we know is it has been an entire month and 4 days since the brutal rape and murder of the 31-year-old PGT doctor at Kolkata's RG Medical College and Hospital. The matter, Kolkata police was initially investigating it, and the main accused, Sanjay Rai, was arrested by the police within 24 hours. Following a Calcutta High Court directive, the case was transferred to CBI. The CBI, took custody of Sanjay and has been investigating and probing into the matter ever since. Parallelly, another investigation is being run. Initially, an SIT was formed by the Bengal government to probe into the allegations that were flagged by the students, who stated that there are financial irregularities that are occurring at the medical college and hospitals and the hospital RG, and they wanted a transparent investigation into the same. So an SIT was formed by the Bengal government, but subsequently that case too was given to the CBI following a Calcutta High Court directive. The the CBI is probing into the case pertaining to financial irregularities as well, and in the meantime have arrested the former RG Medical College and Hospital principal Shondeep Ghosh. Shondeep Ghosh has been arrested by the CBI. For now, we will go back to what West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said. Mamata Banerjee, after not having a meeting with the junior protesting doctor, she said she waited for 2 days and the junior doctor and requested the junior doctors to resume their duties at the earliest, because it is the common people who are bearing the brunt of the seized work, and people should not be suffering as a result of protest. She said she values protest, as she came to power, or her mettle was built through the process of protest, and she requested the doctors to go back to their duties as soon as possible. Here is what West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said.
বলবো, আমি ক্ষমা চাইছি আপনাদের কাছে। আপনারাও আশায় ছিলেন আজকে সমস্যাটা সমাধান হয়ে যাবে। আমি 2 ঘন্টা বসে আছি, আমি 3 দিন ধরে বসে আছি। আমি শুধু একা নই, আমার সাথে হাইয়েস্ট অফিসিয়ালরা, যাদের বিরুদ্ধে ওরা কমপ্লেন সারাক্ষণ করে বেড়াচ্ছেন, যদিও তারা জয়েন করেছে কেউ 1 মাস আগে, এবং যাদের দায়িত্ব সবচেয়ে কি পোস্টে, তাদের কাউকে আমি রাখিনি মিটিংয়ে, পাছে ওদের দুঃখ হয়। তা সত্ত্বেও মিটিং ডেকে মিটিংয়ে আসবে বলে নবান্নর গেট থেকেও যারা এলেন না, তাদের আমি আবার ক্ষমা করে দিলাম। তাদের কাছে আমার আবেদন থাকবে, আপনারা কাজে যোগদান করুন, আর্ত পেশেন্টদের বাঁচান, আর যেন কোনো মৃত্যু না হয় বাংলায়। আর আমি চিফ সেক্রেটারি, হোম সেক্রেটারি, ডিজি যারা আছেন তাদের বলে দেবো, যদি এরপরেও তারা বসতে চান আপনারা বসুন তাদের সাথে। আমার দিক থেকে আমি আমার সাধ্যমতো চেষ্টা করলাম। I tried my best to sit with the junior doctors. I spent 3 days for them, waiting and waiting that they should have come, they should have settled their problem. Even when they didn't accept the verdict of the Supreme Court, instead of that also, I waited 3 days with my highest officials, including Chief Secretary, Home Secretary, DG and my MOS. But I am sorry, I apologize to the people. I apologize to the people of this country and the world people who are supporting them. Please give your support, I don't have any problem. We want justice for Tilottama. We want justice for common people. We want justice for treatment for common people. We want that as per Supreme Court instruction, they must join their duty. Though 3 days are over after the Supreme Court verdict, instead of that also we are not taking any disciplinary action, because sometimes we have to tolerate. It is their duty to tolerate sometimes. Tolerate করাটাও, ধৈর্য ধরাটাও একটা পরীক্ষা। অনেকটা ধৈর্য আমরা ধরেছি, এতদিন ধরে 32 দিন হয়ে গেছে, ধৈর্য ধরবো। কিন্তু আপনাদের আমি বলবো, রিকোয়েস্ট করে আপনারা কাজে যোগ দিন, আমার এটুকু আহ্বান থাকবে। এবং আমি জানি তাদের মধ্যে অনেক গ্রুপ এসেছিলেন, অনেকে আলোচনা করতে আগ্রহী ছিলেন, কিন্তু 2-3টে গ্রুপ বলবো না, 2-3 জন বাইরে থেকে ইনস্ট্রাকশন আসছিল, এবং তারা সেসব আমাদের কাছে আছে, আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি, কারণ প্রেসই তো তুলছে, প্রেস তো পেছনে ছিল। তাদের কাছ থেকে পেয়েছি আমরা যেটুকু, যে তারা ইনস্ট্রাকশন দিচ্ছে নেগোশিয়েট করবে না, মিটিংয়ে যাবে না। আই এম সরি, আই অ্যাপোলোজাইজ টু দ্য পিপুল অফ মাই স্টেট অ্যান্ড আদার স্টেট। ইট নেভার হ্যাপেন্স এনিওয়্যার। ইউপিতে 6 মাস আগকার করে দিয়েছিল, র্যালি ব্যান করে দিয়েছিল, এবং এমার্জেন্সি সমস্ত ডিউটি ব্যান করে দিয়েছিল স্ট্রাইক করবার। এই ফেব্রুয়ারি মাসে আমাদের হাতে এসমাও আছে, সব কিছু আছে, কিন্তু আমি করব না, কারণ আমি এমার্জেন্সি সাপোর্টার নই, আমি এসমার সাপোর্টার নই, আমি দানবিকতার সাপোর্টার নই। আমি একজন মানবিক মানুষ, আর আন্দোলনে আমার জন্ম হয়েছে, আমি আন্দোলনকে সম্মান দিতে জানি। কিন্তু দয়া করে আন্দোলন করলে সমস্যা যেমন হয় তার সমাধানও হয়। আমি 26 দিন সিঙ্গুর নিয়ে আন্দোলন করেছিলাম, বামফ্রন্ট সরকারের একজন মন্ত্রীও আসেনি আমার সাথে কথা বলতে। আমি 14 দিন ধর্ণা করেছিলাম, সিঙ্গুরে আসেনি। কিন্তু আমরা প্রথম দিন থেকেই চেষ্টা করে যাচ্ছি, উই ট্রাইড আওয়ার বেস্ট। এরপরে আশা করি জনগণ আমাকে ক্ষমা করবেন আমার এই কটি কথা বলার জন্য। আমাদের নামে আমাকে অনেক অসম্মান করা হয়েছে, আমাদের সরকারকে, মামাটি মানুষের সরকারকে অনেক অসম্মান করা হয়েছে, অনেক অপমান করা হয়েছে, সোশ্যাল নেটওয়ার্কে অনেক ভুল বোঝাবুঝি হয়েছে, অনেক কুৎসা অপপ্রচার হয়েছে, যারা সাধারণ মানুষ জানতেন না যে এর মধ্যে একটা কালার আছে। মানুষ এসেছিলেন বিচার চাইতে তিলোত্তমার।
So you heard what the Chief Minister said. I do apologize because of the network issue and in the entire jostling. At least we could not stick to the entire press conference, and we sincerely apologize for that. But very interesting comments, as I kept asking the doctors couple of questions, and I'll try and play it like this because we can't really send it now.
Responsible for this? Who would you hold responsible for this? I would hold, আমি রাজ্য প্রশাসনকে, রাজ্য প্রশাসন যদি এই স্বচ্ছতার দাবিটা, যে দাবি এখন আপনারা যেরকম ক্যামেরা নিয়ে দাঁড়িয়ে আছেন, আমরা স্বচ্ছভাবে কথা বলছি, এই এই সামান্য দাবি যদি ওনারা মেনে নিতেন, তাহলে এই জিনিস আজকে হতো না। তাদের এগেন্সে কমপ্লেন ছিল, তাদেরকে মিটিংয়ে ডাকা হয়নি, আমরা এই স্বচ্ছতা চেয়েছিলাম, we wanted free discussion। সেটা আমাদের জানা কি করে সম্ভব? আমরা তো সেই আমরা যখন নিজেদের কথা জানিয়েছি, তখন তো আমাদের পক্ষে তারপরে আমরা ভেতরে যাওয়ার কোনো সুযোগ পাই। তো আমরা কি করে জানবো যে নিজেদের কার থাকার কথা ছিল, কার থাকার কথা ছিল না? মুখ্যমন্ত্রী দেখুন, আমরা মুখ্যমন্ত্রী যেরকম আমাদেরকে বলেছেন, খুব সম্মান থেকে বলছি, উনি বয়স্ক মানুষ, উনি আমাদেরকে যেরকম ছোট ছোট ভাই, আমরা এটাও সুস্পষ্ট করে দিতে চাই যে আদতে কিন্তু আমরা একদম ছোট ছোট বাচ্চা ছেলেকে ভাবার কোনো কারণ নেই। আমরা প্রত্যেকে নিজের নিজের জায়গায় একজন করে প্রতিষ্ঠিত ডাক্তার, ডাক্তারি পড়ুয়া, সেই জায়গায় দাঁড়িয়ে আমরা যে বাইরের কারো কথায় চালিত হচ্ছি এবং বাইরে থেকে এরকম করে আমাদেরকে জানানো হচ্ছে তাদেরকে যদি আপনারা ডেকে এনে রেসপন্ড করে তাহলেই জানতে পারবেন যে আমরা এখানে আসার কোনো মুহূর্ত থেকে যে জিনিসটি নিয়ে আলোচনা করেছি, সেটা হচ্ছে স্যার আমাদের এখানে লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং এর যে কথা ছিল সেটার কি বক্তব্য, ফলে বাইরে থেকে কথা শুনে তারপরে আমরা নিজেদের বক্তব্য চেঞ্জ করেছি। একেবারেই ফিউচার না, ফিউচার না, এরপরে কি আপনারা আপনারা নিজেদের অবস্থানে হলো, আমরা আমাদের আন্দোলন মঞ্চে ফিরে যাবো, ওখান থেকে আমরা আবার রাতের বেলা অবশ্যই প্রেস মিট করবো। Will you make an appeal for another meeting? Will you make an appeal for another meeting? We are already appealing. আমি বলছি, দেখুন, আমি আবার সুস্পষ্ট করতে চাই যে এই যে মিটিংয়ে আমরা সমাধান সূত্র খুঁজে পাবো এই আশাতেই উনিও ছিলেন, আমরাও একই জায়গাতেই ছিলাম। মাঝখানে বাধাটা হয়ে দাঁড়ালো এই জটিলতা, যেটা উনি বলছেন যে এই লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং এর যে প্রশ্ন, সেই প্রশ্নটা একটা জটিলতা হয়ে দাঁড়ালো। আমরা তো অ্যাপিল এখান থেকেই করছি। ওনারও সদিচ্ছা আছে, আমাদেরও সদিচ্ছা আছে, হাজার হাজার ডাক্তার যারা আন্দোলন করছে তাদেরও সদিচ্ছা আছে, যারা সাধারণ মানুষ যারা আমাদের জন্য করে দিচ্ছে রাস্তায় বসে আছে তাদেরও সদিচ্ছা আছে। একবার আলোচনা না হোক, দুবার, তিনবার, চারবার হবে, তখন লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং চাই। হ্যাঁ, অবশ্যই বলবেন যে আপনাদের কাছে যদি কোনো স্পেসিফিক অ্যালিগেশন থাকে কারোর বিরুদ্ধে, আপনারা সিবিআইতে যাচ্ছেন না কেন, এটা উনি বলছেন। কারণ এখন পুরো ব্যাপারটাই সিবিআইয়ের হাতে, রেপ মার্ডার কেসটাও সিবিআইয়ের হাতে, কারাপশনের কেসটাও সিবিআইয়ের হাতে। যদি স্পেসিফিক কোনো অ্যালিগেশন থাকে কারোর এগেনস্টে, তাহলে আপনারা সিবিআই যেতে পারেন। আমরা স্পেসিফিক কারোর এগেনস্টে অ্যালিগেশন বলতে এখানে আমরা একটা রাজ্য প্রশাসনের একটি অংশের ব্যর্থতা নিয়ে কথা বলছি। সেই ব্যর্থতা নিয়ে আমরা কথা বলছি, এই জিনিসটি সুপ্রতিষ্ঠিত রাজ্যের প্রতিটি মানুষের কাছেও, আমাদের কাছেও, ডাক্তারি সমাজের কাছে এই জিনিসটি খুবই পরিষ্কার যে আমরা যে এতটা পুলিশের সিপি মনির গোয়েলের পদত্যাগ বা ডিএমই, ডিএইচএস এবং স্বাস্থ্য সচিব, মুখ্য স্বাস্থ্য সচিবের যে পদত্যাগ, এই দাবিগুলি বিচারের দাবির সাথে একেবারে অঙ্গাঙ্গিকভাবে জড়িত। মুখ্যমন্ত্রী আজকে নিজে বলেছেন যে উনিও অভয়ার কেসে বিচার চান। তো এই বিচারের সাথে উনি কি মনে করছেন যে এই যে গভর্নমেন্ট অফিসিয়ালসের কথা আমরা বলছি, যাদের মিসহ্যান্ডলিং এর জন্য, যাদের এই পুরো জিনিসটা ঠিকঠাকভাবে হ্যান্ডেল না করার জন্য আজকের এই সিচুয়েশন এসে দাঁড়িয়েছে, যেখানে বিচার পেতে 34 দিন পেরিয়ে গেছে, 35 দিন পেরিয়ে গেছে, তাহলে তাদেরকে সামনে রেখে কি করে চলতে পারে, তাদেরকে সামনে রেখে কি করে বিচার পাওয়া যাবে? দেখুন, আবার প্রত্যেকটি মানুষের মৃত্যু দুঃখজনক, খালি দুঃখজনক নয়, এটা একটা বলার কথা নয় খালি। আমরা প্রত্যেকে ডাক্তার এখানে, আমরা জানি যে প্রত্যেকটি মৃত্যু আমাদের কাছে একটা পার্সোনাল ফেলিয়ার বলে মনে হয়, নিজেরা হেরে গেলাম। তো এই জায়গায় দাঁড়িয়ে মৃত্যু নিয়ে সব থেকে ভালো জানে যে মারা যায় তার পরিজনরা আর ডাক্তাররা, তার মাঝখানে অন্যরাও নিশ্চয়ই বুঝতে পারছেন যে কতটা এটা দুঃখজনক একটা অবস্থা, কিন্তু আমাদের থেকে ভালো কেউ বোঝে। এইখানে দাঁড়িয়ে বলবো যে আমরা আন্দোলন যারা করছি জুনিয়র ডাক্তাররা, তার জন্য রাজ্যের স্বাস্থ্য পরিষেবা যেটা হচ্ছে, একথা এর আগেও আমরা বারবার জানিয়েছি, স্বাস্থ্য পরিষেবা যে বেহাল হয়ে যাচ্ছে, এটাই বোঝায় যে রাজ্যের স্বাস্থ্য পরিষেবার অবস্থা কতটা খারাপ। তার লড়ছেন, অনেক অনেক লড়াই জিতছেন, কিছু কিছু লড়াই তারাও হেরে যাচ্ছেন। এইটা আমাদের এই পুরো জিনিসটা আমরা জুনিয়র ডাক্তার আন্দোলনের দিকে ফেলে দেওয়া একদমই উচিত।
So you heard the doctor. Now, why did I replay this? I replayed this because I wanted to be very sure. If we have shown the chief minister's version, the entire press conference objective was to show this press conference in entirety. That's the reason, in very limited resources, literally handling all by myself, holding the stand and literally putting my hand onto a very pointed grill. I was trying to record this, but unfortunately network is an issue which is not in our control. You can ask whoever is providing the network as why is the network so bad. Unfortunately, because of network issue, there was a breakup. Please do not see this as otherwise that we had cut out from the press conference of the doctors. We have tried staying put there and we have tried playing the entire press conference in entirety. Could be broken, but and the elements are out. As far as the takeaway is concerned, the doctors have left Shobhagor. Here it is. This is Nabanna Shobhagor. They have left it and they have now left this spot and they are going back to Shastro Bhavan, where the demonstration had been on for the past 48 hours and plus, and they are saying once they reach there they would decide as what would be the future course of action. But at this juncture, as far as the deadlock is concerned, it continues. The stalemate continues. And both sides, in a way, have held the other side responsible for the meeting not happening today. The Chief Minister did not specifically and explicitly utter doctors did not come and they are responsible. But the doctors, on the other hand, have explicitly held the state government responsible for the meeting not happening, and their idea is whenever the meeting happens, if at all it happens, it will only happen live streamed and under the lens of camera. Whether it would be acceptable to the state government in the future, we have to wait and see. But for now, as I said, the stalemate continues. It's been over 3 hours. All of our viewers who have connected with us, to our humble beginning and to our humble platform, those who have connected with us, to watch the entire live telecast, not going to other platforms, not saying anything against them, but to have trusted us, even if it's one person has watched us. We are ever, ever, ever grateful to one of you, one and all. Thank you so much. We would wind up this live broadcast. Goodbye and good night. By the way,